Martin Brundle want me to grab him through my TV and fucking wring his neck. That was all Max's fucking fault. What the hell he mean? Oh god, oh I fucking hate this. Oh god, I fucking hate this dude. I literally fucking hate this prick. You watch his on board. He ran into turn. He was not in control of his car going into turn one. Look at the amount of speed he carried into turn one. Look at the amount of speed he carried into turn one. How are you gonna say that's Lewis? He deserved. He was fucking. Varun, Varun, come, because we need to talk. Because Martin want me to put my hand through my TV and fucking strangle him. Martin wants me to put my hand through my TV and fucking strangle him. Because how the hell is he saying Max deserved more? Where was Lewis supposed to go? Max cannot fucking race people wheel to wheel. He's incapable of racing wheel to wheel. He's incapable of racing wheel to wheel, especially whenever he sees Lewis in front of him. It's like what is it? What's that saying? It's like a red flag to a bull. He becomes an absolute idiot. Oh, for fuck's sake. There was nothing Lewis did wrong there. Max came, you watch Max's onboard. He literally, the amount of speed he carried into turn one, he wasn't even in control. I'm surprised he was able to even stop. Fuck. Yo, Grim, what's up?
Yeah. The phrase you're looking for is red flag to a
Yeah,
bull.
that's the phrase. Yeah.
Which also I think is apt considering he's in Red Bull.
God.
But you're right, he cannot fight in a car. The only reason he has not had more incidents this year is because he's been up against Ferrari.
The Ferraris
and Ferrari screw up constantly. Last year, he was actually in a proper fight with Lewis, and Lewis got to the point where it's like, I'm not giving in. You've said if you give up the space, then you're a pussy. You're not fighting. So Lewis has gone, well, I'm going to fight them because you're not pushing me off. Look at Brazil last year where he ran Lewis so far off the track when Lewis was trying to pass. They were halfway to the next bloody race circuit.
They went probably in Paraguay or Chile or somewhere. But you watch his onboard. Look at his onboard when he ran into turn one. He carried so much speed. You literally saw him sawing up the wheel because he couldn't bring the car to a moderate enough speed.
Yeah, that's what he does. He goes in full beans and he brakes later. Look at Silverstone.
He just went, bam, just flew it like, motherfucker, you weren't going to make the corner.
Yeah, but that is how he fights with Lewis. He doesn't brake until it's too late. Look at Silverstone. Look at Imola. Look at Brazil last year. Look at a couple of laps ago.
He cannot race. I mean, how can you even? He even crashed into Mick Schumacher in Hungary last year. I'm fuming, man.
Yeah, and he crashed into him because, oh yeah, Mick put up a fight. Well, what does Verstappen have to do when someone puts up a fight? He crashes into him.
Dude, I'm pissed off, man, because this shit. 5 seconds for that? He only got 5 seconds. Oh, fuck off. 5 seconds. That's what it gave him. 5 seconds. Oh, fuck off. Oh. So he only got a 5 second.
What? They actually gave Max the penalty.
5 second time. Oh, wow. That's going to really affect his fucking race now.
Yeah, but let's face it, this has got to be a first. Max getting the penalty.
But 5 seconds is not a penalty. It's
still more than he normally gets. Usually he gets fuck all and
Max
Lewis
was,
gets the
why is
blame.
Croft saying Max was ahead? Max was never ahead of Lewis at any point going into the corner. He was not ahead.
Well, he was because he breaks
exactly.
later.
The only reason why he found himself that close is because he literally didn't break going into the corner. He just went, fuck it. I'm just going to send it up the inside, on the outside, and just pray Lewis moves out the way.
Yeah, but like I said, that's what he always does. Look at Imola, where he ends up parked on top of Lewis. Look at Silverstone, where he ends up getting punted into the barriers at 51G.
Next time I want
Look at
60
this
Gs.
race last
The
year.
next time that shit happened, it's 60 Gs I want him to hit the barriers with. Because this is bullshit. 5 seconds.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I just want them to actually see what a dirty little rat that he actually is.
Motherfucker, don't hit the man. What do you mean? Where they expected you to go? That's what he does. He put. Remember, he made the argument before that he puts his car in a position where he leaves you the option. It's either you crashing into him or you back out.
Yeah, and if you back off, you're just a pussy. That's why Imola happens. Because then he turns around and goes, "Oh, this is what happens. You don't leave a space."
Was Lewis? You're not gonna pass, because if Lewis had tried to pass him on the outside, he would have pushed Lewis wide. That's what Max does. If you watch the start of last year's race, right? When he got up the inside of Bottas, when he made turn 1 and to make the right to start turn 2, he literally ran Bottas off the road. He ran Bottas off the. Anyway, Dean, what's up? Dean.
I'm so fucking sick of Verstappen, you guys. Fuck, you're so right, Thanos. He's such a fucking dickhead.
Oh, did you hear the radio though? Did you hear the radio just then?
5 fucking seconds.
Look at it.
What a joke.
Look at the replay.
Max, you've got a 5-second penalty. Max's response. What did I do?
And Thanos, I'm with you. I hope he fucking sends himself 70 Gs and he's done. His career's over.
How is this?
I'm fucking sick of that piece of shit.
How is what he did different to what remember what between him and Ocon in 2018? Remember the situation with him and Ocon in 2018? How is this any different?
It's not. I want to see fucking Lewis win this now, man. In front
Martin
of Brazil.
Brundle is a fucking prick as well, because he's here arguing that Max deserved. Where was Lewis meant to have gone? Lewis.
Who's arguing?
But don't forget, they have to be nice to Red Bull because they might boycott them again.
Who's
arguing? Arguing that he's sticking to his point that Max deserved more room. Where was Lewis meant to have gone? It's a downhill left-hand turn with a right-hand turn coming. The next is a right-hand turn. If Max needed to basically be level with Lewis when they started to make the turn.
Where's he going to go? Right there. He's showing the replay. There's nowhere for him to go. He had to go off track.
Oh, God. I'm sick and tired of this.
Yeah, because Max don't turn. That's his trick, isn't it?
Oh.
Look at fucking Abu Dhabi last year. He doesn't turn.
Look at the pace that Lewis has.
Well, yeah, he's back up to 4th. He's taken 4 positions.
It's not that he takes 4 positions. It's the fact that he has the pace. He has the pace to win the goddamn race. Because he's going to catch Sainz. He's catching Sainz.
The thing is, though, going back to Verstappen, though, he showed yesterday he is scared of Lewis. Because as soon as the 2 Mercedes start doing well, his response is, "Oh, they're unbeatable." I'm sorry, they've been shit all fucking year, but they'd pass you once on track, and you're like, "Oh no, they're unbeatable." As soon as he said that yesterday, it's like there's going to be problems.
Everybody knows the only team Red Bull is scared of on this grid is Mercedes. That's the only team they're scared of, because they know Mercedes has a quick car, they're in trouble, because not only does Mercedes have Lewis, they have George. Mercedes has the best driver lineup on the grid. And it's a problem for them.
Well, yeah, but one of the reasons why Mercedes is so fast is because they're not spending all their budget on fucking sandwiches, making the drivers fat.
Oh shit!
If they eased up on the
you know what's
catering
funny?
budget, maybe Max could lose some weight and the car be even quicker.
You know what's funny? All the fucking moron Red Bull fuckers. Oh, it's catering. It's like, fuck, you guys don't know anything about creative accounting. You move the money
Look,
around in buckets, you
look.
fucking dumbasses.
I've
Fuck,
made the
they're so
argument that
stupid.
if you're gonna argue catering, it doesn't matter if it. Oh shit! You mean to tell me Science only did 18 laps on the mediums?
And that's behind safety car
And he was
too.
behind this. He only
That
did
is
18
crazy,
laps.
man.
He didn't even do
Yo, that
18 laps.
cheating argument.
Five,
That's like
five
telling me
laps behind safety cars.
I
5
spend all
laps,
the
but
money
that's
for the
13
month
laps.
and then I can't pay
That's
my
crazy.
rent.
What's that, Lyndon?
No, that whole catering argument. That's like telling me I spent where I'm not supposed to spend, and then I can't spend. I can't pay my rent at the end of the month. By the way,
Yeah,
It's nonsense,
exactly.
and it's not only that. I keep telling people there's also this there's indirect and direct effect of that. If they're going to argue, oh, it's on lunch, but it has a direct, and it wasn't spent on developing the car. I'm like, well, it actually did aid the developing of the car, because if you don't feed your staff, they're not going to work properly, are they? So it has an indirect effect. It's science engine
no
on
one is
fire,
supposed to
smoking.
keep reserve. Everybody would have kept reserve for incidents like this. If they went up to the tour and now they couldn't back out, that's their fault. But even with this incident here, last year Lewis was too nice to Max. So Max always had the head game kamikaze and Lewis would back out. And when Lewis didn't do that at Silverstone, everybody
I don't think it was Lewis being too nice. Lewis had the experience. Max, if you look at his career since he's been in F1, he's crashed out more than he's scored in the points, I'm pretty sure.
Out a lot of times.
Yeah, that's true.
That's been his thing. It's crashed happened for a reason. Lewis has got his head screwed on right. He's like, if I play it careful, I can still score points. I can keep this close.
Lewis looks long-term.
Well, last year he couldn't afford to crash, right? Because he needed every penny he could get. So Max knew that and he doubled down on his dirty shit.
I'm fuming, man, because Lewis has the pace to friggin' win this. Had the pace to win this race.
He still can pull it
look
off.
At what was it, Jeddah? Max overtook Lewis illegally or something, and he gets told, "Oh, you got to give the space back." So what does he do? He brakes checks Lewis.
I'm fuming, dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I stayed on the right." I'm watching the replay as the radio message is playing, saying, "I stayed on the right," and he's turning left. I'm like, "Mate, you're a racing driver. Surely you know your left from your right."
I'm fuming because that 5-second penalty is a joke. You've not really penalised him for what he did. He's not really been penalised. 5 seconds is a joke.
Yeah, but they probably got Karen Horner on the phone going, "Oh, but you can't punish my poor precious Max."
What's up, Becca?
Are you all right?
No.
Well, it's a stupid question, that wasn't it? Look, I don't understand why people have been saying this season, "Oh, Max has been so mature this season. He's matured as a driver." I've been saying for quite a bit of time this season that once Lewis is in the mix to compete for wins,
he becomes an
Max
idiot.
is just gonna.
He becomes an idiot.
Is an idiot. He crumbles like biscuits and he gets scrambled like eggs. Like, he's just so bad. He has the only person on that grid that rattles him is Lewis. And Lewis was there and Max has nothing to lose. So, because he's already got the championship in the bag. So why not just try and run somebody off track?
Look at Lewis. Perez now.
Good.
He's only 6.
That's because Max hasn't been acknowledged for anything, so he still has Lewis in his mind. It's like
rent free.
I'm fuming because this.
But you are 100% right on what you're saying, Becca.
It's rent free.
The only so-called competition he's had this year is Ferrari,
and he's not scared of them.
And everyone knows Ferrari's a joke.
He doesn't fear Ferrari.
He doesn't even have Ferrari as competition.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lewis is the only one who can take it to it.
Literally the only one that can get in his
right.
head, and he don't even do it on purpose. But for whatever reason, Max, you know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Last year he went through the gauntlet with Max, so he can handle the pressure.
This has robbed us of the opportunity of winning the race. Unless there's a safety car, Lewis is going to have to find a second and a half quick pace over George to win the race.
Perez or George? Yeah, and with
he's
the
only 8
broken floor, I'm
seconds
not too
behind
sure.
with 40 laps left.
But that start was so
50 laps
perfect. Lewis
left.
was playing the team game. He blocked to get everybody clear. And that restart, you see, Max was like, nah, he was being more aggressive. He should have mashed up his car more, actually.
Honestly, part of me just wished that Max would have just got a little bit more damage than what he got. If it was just, I honestly thought.
Well, part of me wishes like Mercedes had like just paid Bottas a little bit extra to do some more bowling.
Yeah, no shit.
Fuming, man.
I mean, that was the best fucking race ever. And then you saw Mick Schumacher at that race where Bottas took out both Red Bulls, but Verstappen carried on from the back. He's making his way through, but he got up to Mick Schumacher last year and he couldn't pass him without making contact with him either.
Another point with last year, everybody moved aside from Max. Because we keep talking about racecraft, and every time people stepped aside and challenged Lewis, even this year they were doing it. They trying to push this narrative about Max is good to the pack and all that crap.
Look, let's not kid ourselves. If Max finds himself in a situation where he has more competitive cars around him, he's going to crash more often than you know. You're going to see a lot more collisions from him. You're going to see a lot more collision. Like I said, the last 4 races of last season showed you his mentality. Look, he got scrambled last year. Them last 4 races absolutely fried his brain.
Well, it makes you wonder, you know, he managed to get his car on top of Lewis's main rival. If he had 2 or 3 rivals, like if this was a really close season, how many cars would he park on top of at the same time just to like try and get ahead?
I'm pissed, man.
Would we see like a stack of Formula One cars at the side of the road with mats on top? Go, oh, they didn't leave a space.
I'm pissed off.
You guys know what my first thought was when I saw this incident live today? I wish Lewis had done this a lot last year. I mean, Lewis gave up last year because he knew that he was fighting against an insane madman. This time he did not. This time he held his ground, and I wish Lewis had done that a lot last year instead of, you know, I mean, I don't know.
The thing is,
it just felt
here's
like
the thing. People say Lewis is not aggressive enough when he races Max. It's not that he's not aggressive. He's smart. He's not stupid. He's racing for a championship. And he realizes that he cannot afford to take the risk of having this idiot crash him out every goddamn race weekend. If that's the approach he goes with, then he's not going to win a championship. He's not going to win the championship. So,
well, the thing is, though, he should have won the championship. Just, you know, there was a human error. You know, millions of Formula One fans were sat at home shouting at the TV, you fucking let all the lap cars through. The safety car comes in a lap later, not 30 seconds. We could all see it was manipulated, as Lewis said. Manipulated.
Watching a sport, and it was just felt off for the week. Literally watching somebody get cheated, and it's like, this is not right. And how they tried to watch it.
Spare a thought for me. I've been streaming Twitch commentaries on Formula One live for a while now. And I'll tell you what, when that happens, like, for those last 2 laps, I was just like, this is it. It's over. The rules are not being followed. This is it. Lewis has lost the championship because of that. And it is so wrong. And I had to, like, carry on, like, my stream, knowing that he'd been robbed. And instead of being able to celebrate a well-won championship, I was like, nah, that's wrong. It's robbed.
Yeah, well,
it ruined the whole year for me.
Well, look at you know how they say they can't change the results. Fernando's points his position got changed like 6 days later, right? Remember?
Well, also, didn't they like take away his win from Singapore after the whole Nelson Piquet admitted that he crashed on purpose?
I'm fucking fuming, man. I'm fuming because this was a oh shit, man. No, George is in the pound seat to win this race.
Yeah, they're gonna try to get for the one.
10 seconds between them and Russell pitting.
He's in the pound. George is in the pound seat to win this.
Where's Ham? Is he in pits as well?
Lewis is
Kevin
leading,
Perez a fucking.
Because I think
Lewis is leading, but
McLaren was holding up pit lane.
They're running Lewis longer.
Yeah, how many seconds does a pit
21.
cost you?
Yeah.
21, okay.
They need to...
About 21, 22 seconds.
Yeah, but Lewis...
Depending on how good your stop is.
Lewis is what, 10 seconds ahead?
Yeah, I mean, for us Mercedes, I think
Lewis
it will be around 25.
He's going to be almost what? I mean, Lewis...
He'll be about 10 seconds behind.
Lewis needs a safety car right now.
Although Russell's dropping back.
Not, man.
So it depends on how long Lewis can keep these tyres going for, because Russell, the time is just dropping. Or at least it was.
No, he's only 10 seconds ahead of George. So that's a net what? Oh shit, that's how the floor broke. His floor is perfectly fine. Lewis's floor is perfect. Oh shit. Nah, Lewis needs to pit because he's dropping too much time to George now. Yo, Kingsley, what's up?
Unless, depending on if Lewis is feeling comfortable enough on those tyres, he's going to try and do a one-stopper.
You think he'll go hards then?
The hards isn't going to work. He shouldn't.
Well, depending. I mean, we got what? 45 laps left.
Can he go that long on a
If he goes another 5 to 10 laps, maybe, potentially he could then go to the end on the mediums, and Russell would then probably have to pit again for maybe use softs.
Yeah, but Lewis is not effectively behind Russell, Perez, and Sainz. So he's still in P4.
Can't believe it was only 5 seconds. What a fucking
5 seconds
joke.
wasn't a penalty. They're always it's a joke. 5 seconds penalty to a car that's basically can eat up 5 seconds within 2 laps isn't really much of a penalty, is it?
No, but at the same time, it's probably the biggest penalty Red Bull have had all year.
Yeah, that was my point. I mean, I was happy and I was relieved that we didn't get a penalty.
See, now Lewis is only 8.7. He's losing too much time, man.
He's got to come in.
Lewis is basically on a hope and a prayer because if they get a safety car, that's just it. Otherwise, he's out of the race, basically. That's George. George has the pace on Perez, so it's basically George's race to lose.
Hey man, I was watching that asshole drive into Lewis on my phone. That was fucking shit. What the fuck was that?
Dude, I didn't.
He races Lewis differently. We've been saying it. This is evidence again.
That motherfucker doesn't. He's so fucking blind. He can't see.
He says if that was Charles there, Max wouldn't make that move. If that was Russell, he wouldn't even try that.
Did you see?
It's because it's Lewis. That's why he did that. He would
back
up.
How much speed he carried into the corner?
Yeah, he wasn't. That is the problem. There was no way he was going to be in control of that car from the exit of turn 2 towards 3. So he just lunged into the space.
And the 5 second penalty is so lenient. Like, dude, how is that a 5 second penalty, dude?
He doesn't care, guys. He's got the championship. He just wanted to ruin Lewis's race.
Come
That's
on,
it. He's a fucking.
Yeah, he's a fucking cunt, man.
Lewis
what the
so
fuck?
Long? Are they going to go one stop?
No, I think he doesn't have any other option, dude.
Yeah, but he's losing.
He's not going to try
because
that.
on an equal strategy, he'll go behind Perez. He cannot pass.
He's already behind Perez and Sainz.
To get a shot, I think he has to do something very different.
He's already behind Perez and Sainz.
But he wasn't going to pass him on track with the same tires, dude.
No, but he was catching.
I think they're going for the one stop.
He was literally catching Perez.
He was, but I think for the medium stint and for what it was going to do, he has to offset to actually gain back the time that he lost due to that asshole. He has to offset the strategy. If he keeps the strategy same, that he'll just burn his tires more and then
they're going to pit Lewis now.
Yeah, they're going to pit him. I think he will go on softs.
No, they're going. I think they're probably going to go mediums. The ones that don't make sense going soft.
I think they have to put mediums on. I think that there's no other way that you have to put mediums on.
If he had a new set of softs, then they could have gone soft, but he doesn't.
Okay.
So
but that offset, I think, will help him because I think Perez has like worse tires.
Yeah, because Perez pitted on lap 18.
If he can go 40 laps on the mediums, that's probably what they're going to do is just try to go for one stop.
Yeah, I think one stop, given that there was, I don't know, man. Given that the first stint had safety car lap 6, so that's not a 30 lap stint on the soft. That's still 24. That's about the time that they lasted yesterday in the sprint race. I don't think there's much more in the soft tires left after 24 laps. Oh fuck, man! At least the soft's not crap. I was scared that they had a broken.
Another shit ass stop from Mercedes.
Yeah, dude, the stop is irrelevant, right?
No, 3.3 is fine.
No, but I think that they had a broken front wheel, so I was scared that it won't come off like Bottas's wood didn't come off last time.
It's a testament to Mercedes engineering, actually. In that contact, Lewis had minimal damage.
It doesn't look like he has any damage at all because if you look on the floor,
no, but,
there's no damage to the
floor. I think Max, you know the famous Martin line that you hit the wrong part of his car. That's what Max did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that asshole wanted to break his car. That's was a deliberate act.
He wanted to take Lewis and himself out of the race. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he wanted to ruin his race. He didn't care. He just got it all wrapped up. He's just a fucking asshole.
But it looks like we're going to get some rain in the background.
He just didn't want to see Lewis in front of him.
There seems to be some precipitation.
He didn't want to see Lewis in front of him.
That's it, yeah.
That move was a desperation move because he was never going to make... The speed he carried into the corner, you think, oh, shit, how is he going to stop? You saw it.
And just 5 seconds for that pretty much like we make about Russell, right? Like it's somebody's feedback. Right? Somebody has to mute himself. Who is it? Thanos, can you mute Grim? I think it's his mic.
Grim.
Grim.
Yeah, we'll definitely get some rain.
No,
is it going to rain? Is it going to rain?
I don't think it's going to rain.
We need the rain.
Nah, there's no point with the rain because I think if it rained when we had when the pit stops were not done, then it would have helped. But if we don't get rain at the right time, I think we'll just be stuck with everybody on the same tires. We will not have the offset.
I still believe Lewis will win this race, so I don't care.
Yeah, no, I think he can, but it's just like a lot more difficult. That asshole is a ton more difficult. Like he's still he's catching Sainz.
He's getting Sainz. Sainz is not a factor. He's taking out Sainz from the equation basically. I think Ferrari is just useless this season.
Because he has
that sore loser, man. What the fuck?
God, man, what is wrong with Max?
Lewis can get P2, you know.
And people think that this asshole matured. Dude, he didn't mature. He doesn't have to race anyone. That's the whole point.
Max, no competition.
Varun, we've talked about this so many times. The only thing changed for Max this year is he has an easy opponent to beat. That's all that changed for him.
Yeah. The fucking loser, man.
No, two things changed.
Easy opponent.
Ferrari fucked up, and he had a rocket fucking illegal car.
Easy opponent to beat this year. So it's easier for him to.
Lewis is.
So it's easy for it to look like he's just like mild. No, it's just like Ferrari's just been shit. Ferrari's been shit. Charles is basically when he has had his opportunities.
Lewis is a second faster than George Russell right now.
Yeah, I think George took out a lot out of his tires initially because I think George had to keep himself safe from Perez. So he took a lot of his tires out initially.
But he's going to have to stop. With this pace, he can't get to the end.
Well, you never know. You never know.
You never know, yeah.
You never
Actually,
know.
you never know.
He
It's
could,
Lewis, the
he
king
could,
of
he
tires.
could
Yeah, that's
still
true.
be managing his tires. And
41 laps in mediums. I think he can do it.
nah, I can't.
The
That'd be
guy
so
is
unreal.
A big
flying.
ass.
Like
It's gonna be a
flying.
big ass to the 41 laps.
He's done worse
He's
before.
he's
That's
angry. I think he will get Perez. I think Russell, because of equal equipment, might be a bridge too far for him, but I think he's going to get Perez.
Yeah, he still can get second, but it's going to take a lot for him to get second, though. Because I mean, his tires are what 6 laps younger than Perez and 12 laps younger than Sainz, but Sainz is on the soft, so Sainz has to stop again.
Yeah, you know, Sainz
But
has
but
to stop again. Yeah.
but Sainz's problem is that he ruined his medium laps with that tear off, I think.
Yeah.
Because he only did what 18 laps. Well, not 18. He did what 13 laps.
Yeah, just a -5.
Yeah, I think
13,
he
that's
had to
13
box
laps,
because
yeah.
there was a tear off, and then there was like no answer there.
Okay, the tear-off was what entered his rear that caused that brake hit him.
Yeah, his brake was on fire. His entire car was on fire.
His rear brake was on fire. Yeah.
Hi,
Hey, what's
Thanos.
up, Charlie?
How you doing? It's good to see Martin Brundle showing his true colours
Look,
again,
it's
isn't
British
it?
bias, mate. I don't know what you're talking about. It's British bias.
I mean, he's a twat, isn't he? Everybody else could see that Max was in the wrong, you know? But anyway.
And it's not his first time. Remember when K-Mag ran into Lewis in
He said
Spain?
it was Lewis's fault.
He said the exact same thing until the television camera came and showed it, and then he was not okay. I think Lewis left him a lot of space. I don't know why his default position is just to blame Lewis in everything. And then in this case, he was just being arrogant because it was obvious there was no way Max could control that car with that kind of lunge into that corner. But somehow he just said, I stick with what I said because, I mean, the stewards actually said Max is in the wrong. He said, no. And Lewis had to, how is that? I don't know how he thinks. I don't know if he's biased. I just feel he's at this point it's just arrogance from him. I can say whatever I want to, and then whatever he feels like saying at any point.
But you see how they react to Brundle when people shun him on the grid walk.
On the grid,
like,
yeah.
They view him as this deity, like no one is supposed to.
Yeah, you have to speak to him.
If you don't speak to Martin, you're being disrespectful. Like what?
Exactly.
Nobody owes him any right to. No one owes him anything.
Nothing.
Am I right? He didn't actually do a grid walk today, did he?
I don't think he did. No, I didn't.
No, he didn't. He's been shunned by the only people who actually give him an interview are the people at the back of the grid.
No, he did do a grid walk.
Did he do the grid walk today? I didn't think he ran the grid today.
No, he didn't do a grid walk. There was no. If anything, I think it was all the other Sky commentaries that got hold of drivers, but he didn't do one. Shows you the sign of the times, eh?
Query, at the start of the race, did the two Red Bulls touch? I'm not seeing any commentary, but nobody's saying a thing. ESPN hasn't said, Sky hasn't said a thing.
I actually tweeted Perez hit him, but Perez didn't hit him hard enough. Perez should have hit him a bit harder, but I guess Perez knows his position in the team, so he didn't want to, he should have hit him harder.
Yeah, but in Martin Brundle's defense, actually, he thought that the FIA would favor Max just like how they usually do, and this time the FIA didn't, and he just ended up looking like a fucking idiot.
The commentary is a biased one because
FIA still did. They gave him the least possible penalty. That was it was a deliberate act.
Yeah,
but the least possible penalty for that.
Yeah, but what I was scared of was the FIA would still find some way to throw the blame on Lewis, and fortunately they didn't do that. It ended up looking like, wow, fortunately that didn't happen.
Guys, look at Hamilton just fucking eating Saints alive on fucking mediums versus softs. Unreal.
The Ferrari is not good this weekend.
Dude, the Ferrari is a dog, man. That's a dog.
It's a dog, yeah.
They should be embarrassed. Because they started the season 3/4 of a second ahead of Mercedes in performance, and they've literally caught them and surpassed them.
Yeah, and surpassed.
Remember, they were talking about what happened in Mexico. They'll be back to regular performance.
Mexico, they thought Mexico was an aberration.
It was an anomaly. So come this race, everything will be back to normal. Like, what's back to normal? You're getting spanked by Mercedes easily, and it's not even like so they have to say they're boxing signs because Lewis eating into that lead.
Lewis is angry.
Oh fuck, he's fucking pissed, you guys.
No. This guy's mad.
The only other thing is if there's a safety car late and they bunch up, right? And look how Lewis.
Sainz is coming in. He's coming in. He's pitting
what, already?
Yeah, he's pitting again.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, but I think Red Bull is banking on a safety car.
So he only
the tire deck is worse.
did 19 laps on a set of mediums.
The Ferrari is shooting up the tires.
They're banking on a safety car.
I think this is consistent with what he did yesterday when he did like 19 or 20 laps and he said my tires are done.
Because they only.
I think it's
right
Alonso.
Now they're trying to get into position for a safety car. That's what's happening here now.
What's that?
The way, for example, Verstappen is coming up, eating his tires.
But Verstappen is on
They're
the
positioning for a safety car.
Again. He's literally.
I don't think the Red Bulls are good in conserving tires either. I
No,
think the Red
this
Bulls
weekend
have bad tire
yeah,
deck.
very bad. Yeah, you could see it in the sprint yesterday. That was bad.
Yeah, I thought that when they started the sprint in mediums, it was bizarre.
Well,
I thought it was hubris. They just felt they are fast in the straight, so they can use it. I think that was what it was. I don't think.
And we are still ignoring that Bottas is P5, right? Bottas is P5, right?
Yeah, Alonso pitted, so that just
bro. How is Bottas P5? What the fuck did he do?
Vettel's P6.
He's racing.
Ocon's P7.
Oh, come on, man. Now, this could have been an easy race. This could have been a very easy race given what Lewis
It was an easy
pace
1-2 for Mercedes.
Without Ricciardo's
that
I don't know what's wrong with
motherfucker had to
Ricciardo.
do this.
Ricciardo is the domino that fell for this. Just Ricciardo. I don't know what he was doing on the first lap. Without him, there would be no safety
and
car.
did you see how good of a launch that was? Because I think the Mercedes just walked away from the Red Bulls on the launch. Both sides, both the launches were miles faster.
The start was synchronized. They were, in fact, Mercedes already dropping mass behind after the start, before the safety car came in and all that stuff. Basically, I think Lewis was caught off with the restart.
Perez says Plan B.
Does Perez even know what Plan B is?
Pull over.
I think Plan B is one stop. Just go to the end. Fuck yourself.
Max is in P11, so I need to pull over.
Plan B is pull over when you see Max.
Max is too far behind. I need to let Max catch up, so I need to pull over.
Yeah,
Lewis' pace is.
Hamilton gaining.
Lewis is on Perez.
Yeah,
just
Lewis's pace is
relentless,
man.
How many guys feeling that car?
So Kingsley.
All I can say is this bodes ever so well for next year. It really does.
Oh yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So are we still going to call the W13 a dog? No, because they're literally going to win a race.
It bodes really, really well for next year. It really does. Because there's not much is going to change.
I'm still cautious because Mercedes is bringing upgrades anymore. So we brought upgrades. Red Bull hasn't brought upgrades since when? That would be. I think they did bring in Cota.
What upgrades has Mercedes brought other than the one they brought to Cota?
That's what I'm saying.
Remember, Connor was complaining about the cost cap this year as well. So.
No, Thanos, they have an upgrade, right? They have that brake duct, the small winglet.
Wow, yeah.
But
okay, cool.
You've also got to think about the fact that they have also got 10% less wind tunnel time. So at the moment, Red Bull was supposed to have 70% because they won the constructors. That is now only 60% for 2023. So that is going. I mean, at first, I didn't think that it was a big enough penalty. But it is enough to change things. 60% wind tunnel time. I mean, yeah, they've got their sister team.
That wasn't a penalty. That's like telling me I took steroids, won, and then telling the other people who lost, well, I hope you, in proper competition, you can catch up to the person who cheated.
Exactly.
Yeah, bullshit.
They have a lasting advantage from that cheating. Yeah.
I'd rather 60 than 90 for Red Bull.
No, they're only going to get 70%. That's the most that we're going to get. Because they won the championship, and if you win the championship, the maximum you can get is 70%.
70%, yeah.
What's good though is the zero side pod concept. They got it working, so they don't have to throw it away. That thing now, if they can get the performance, they're gonna be fucking hard to beat, you guys.
Lewis is relentless.
So the problem we have now, so Hamilton take Perez, but Russell is also
No, but I
for
think
it as
that's what
well.
plan B for Perez is. Like, he's going to be so dirty as fuck right now.
Yeah, he's just gonna block.
No, he's going to be a fucking asshole on track right now.
Yeah,
because he's got no pace and he can't do anything with his tires, and he's a bum driving the fastest car.
No, with the pace Lewis has, he's not going to do anything. There's nothing he can do.
Lewis is just rolling up to him. He really is. He's just rolling up to him. You can see the times tumbling.
This is going to frighten. This performance from Mercedes is going to frighten Red Bull going into next year.
Oh, absolutely.
This is going to frighten them going into next year because
it's not just this. It's not just the speed. The tire there, the way the car is able to handle the tire, that will scare the shit out of Red Bull, honestly.
And Ferrari had to open their car up today as well because they were having cooling issues.
Yeah.
No, but the 30 laps left, I think, without somewhat of an anomaly, I think overall in 8 seconds, I don't know, man. It needs some
I don't know what order, but it's going to be one. I think I'm going to put my neck on the chopping block and say,
no, just don't say it, man. Just don't say it.
What's up, Anthony?
No, I never normally say it, but I'm just watching that time tumble.
Just let it be. No, just let it be.
What's up, Anthony?
just leave it alone, man. Just don't say it.
But Russell has opened up some time on Perez because it's going up 8.
Russell's like, I think
motivated though, man. He's doing hammer time the rest of the race.
Anthony, what's up?
Can't believe this man's going to win this race. I'm pissed, blood. I am fuming. I'm fuming. Why George? Why it have to be George? Why can't it be Lewis?
It's just one of
I know,
things. It's right. What's the saying about rather have bad luck than no luck, or somebody know the saying. That's been Lewis's season this year. It's like everything that's gone bad.
So fucking lucky.
Everything that's gone bad has happened to him, and he's always been like, "What the fuck, like, dude?"
Yeah, 2023, and it would have to be. It would have to be Verstappen, isn't it? It would have to be Verstappen.
But didn't you just think that was always going to happen because Hamilton is the only person on the grid that Max actually fears? So that once I saw the two of them together, I knew something was going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. Lewis is the only driver Max fears in Formula One. That's the truth.
It is because he's the only driver that can beat Max, and Max knows it.
Come on, Max, you guys. Always had a rocket ship. Don't you know that? Don't you read this Twitter?
I'm fuming because look at Lewis's pace, man. Fucking hell. He would have had George, you know.
Yeah,
Lewis would have had George.
He would have had George.
Lewis would have had George. Yeah,
just like the last
I still believe Lewis will win this race.
Lewis played the team game in the beginning. He blocked off the Red Bull. He kept them at bay and so forth. And then that just messed
absolutely right. Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
You know what I'm saying? Like this, it burns me. It burns me to know that.
I would just say never say never.
I have nothing against George. George is doing his job.
It's not that. No, he hasn't done it. It's not that. It's just that with this pace that Lewis has got, he would have done. With the pace that Lewis has got, he would have done George later. What I'm going in like.
Yeah, he would have been probably 5-8 seconds ahead of George by the end of the race.
But guys, let's not lose sight of the fact that we are going back to what could potentially be poetic justice at Abu Dhabi, right?
Sorry?
Nothing
Shit,
can solve Abu Dhabi for me.
Look at
nothing. Okay, it's open.
Lewis is right in the area.
I can't stand Perez, you know.
No, don't worry. Lewis will pass him. He's not going to do it.
This is giving George an extra couple of turns. But Lewis has him, man. This is done.
I think you guys, your feed is faster than mine.
Sky. I'm watching the live Sky, so I'm not watching any.
Yeah, I'm live ESPN.
Yeah, I'm not watching.
No, I'm live on stupid Sky Sports.
Lewis will set him up from the final.
Oh, this is done. This is done. I don't know what to argue. This is pretty much.
There's nothing
Perez is sliding around, so
it's a matter.
Perez is sliding all over the track. Yeah,
Lewis has him. This is done.
Can you believe they wouldn't give Perez the fucking extra point from the fucking sprint? What a bunch of assholes.
Go up the inside, Lewis.
There's nothing. Whatever direction Perez, Lewis takes the opposite. Yeah. It's already passed him before they got to the turning point. He's gone.
Let's see what we can do with
we're
George.
in front, pass done.
There was nothing Perez was going to do about it.
Let's see what Lewis can. Let's see what pace Lewis has on George now, because.
No, I think let's see what pace George has, not Lewis now. I want to see if George has been conserving his tire. I think he wants to go to the soft in the final stint. So let's see what pace he has to extend this gap, and then whatever happens there.
Because Lewis tires look fine.
It looks fine, bro. Yeah.
Perry's actually holding him up now.
What happened to the Ministry of Defense? I think that he just got dismantled.
No, there was nothing he could have done there. That Red Bull.
He only got that title.
So that game now, for the rest of it, for Max and Sword, is a safety car game. Position is what they aim.
He only got that title because
Why did we solve this problem?
Why is Leclerc pitting again? Charles Leclerc is pitting again.
I think he can't go to the end.
So far behind. I just saw them pass him right now.
Right. Now he's hold on.
Easily done.
Charlie, you're like, Charlie,
hey,
I mean,
go Lewis!
Oh wait, this is you are 3 seconds behind. 3 minutes behind us. What? That was a long time
I'm telling you, I've got this stupid Sky Sports feed, haven't I?
Are you watching?
No, man.
Yeah, because you're almost a minute.
The Ministry of Defense didn't work good.
Hold on. Let me see. Come on, Lewis. Cut the time, the man. No,
ESPN is like fucking 20 seconds behind,
man.
That's more than 20 seconds. That's like a minute and a half behind. That happened a long time ago.
Listen. Hold on, guys. What's
the interval you're seeing for Hamilton? I'm 10.132.
We're on lap 46.
Yeah,
you're on lap 46. I'm on lap 45.
Exactly. I think it's more than That's what I say. It was 3 minutes behind.
Something?
Right, Lewis is starting to come on, Lewis. Eke out that time for George, man.
Charlie, are you watching on a tablet or are you watching on your TV?
And I'm watching it on the TV.
I don't know which TV. Something wrong with your TV then, dude. What kind of TV you have?
No, I'm watching on the internet, streaming it to my TV, and
I'm streaming it to my TV as well.
That's why I'm behind.
Okay.
Actually, you know what?
I don't know.
All right, Thanos, don't tell me what's happening, man. Damn.
Well, then you're in the past. I'm in the future. So what am I supposed to
do? Nice one, Thanos. Thank you for that.
What stock should we buy?
Now that would be a great idea, wouldn't it?
Oh God, we need a safety car, please.
Certainly not crypto.
Yeah, safety car would be good for Lewis, right?
Safety car would be good for Lewis, yes.
No, that's what. Look at Verstappen is in 6th, and he still has an extra softs. So any safety car now favors the Red Bull.
Is a full pit stop behind Ocon.
Yeah, more than a full stop behind. Yeah, he's not going to affect this race, whatever it is.
No, Verstappen's 2 pit stops behind.
No, Verstappen is 7 seconds behind Ocon. Verstappen isn't in the contention for nothing. If a safety car comes out, it probably helps him, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Don't we love the Brazilian crowd?
Hold on. Where's Latifi? Where is Latifi?
Oh, fuck you guys. Don't say that.
18th. It's in 18th position.
Where's the Alpha cars, the fucking sister cars?
They're bringing in Perez now. They're bringing in Perez.
Are you sure Perez is Perez? I think it's Perez. Okay, Perez is coming in.
Yeah, for mediums.
Personally, if I was Mercedes, I'd pick Lewis.
I don't think fucking Russell can last on those tires, you guys.
No, he's not going. Russell is going to pit. He's already asking for the soft. They ask him what tire he wants to go on, and he says soft. So he's going to pit.
And this is the thing. What's going to happen is Lewis going to pit because don't forget he went on like 30 of them tires. lap 29 with them tires. So can he go to the end?
No.
Lewis
They
can't.
can't.
23.
He would.
He
I don't
needs
think.
to do 23 more laps. I don't know. I can't see him going to the.
Yeah, Lewis has
No.
softs,
With
so he
that
can't
pace,
really.
with that pace he was running, he can't. They would. In fact, Mercedes will force him to pit because that tire, the integrity of that tire will be compromised.
I would have.
Yeah, and he's 9
I
seconds
would have
behind
picked him
still,
now. I
so
would have
that's a
picked him
big
now to
ask.
protect him from having to come back out and then chase down Perez and pass him again. Yep.
Yeah.
Who they're gonna pick?
I think.
Yep, they're picking Lewis.
Oh, Lewis is coming in.
This is exactly
Yeah.
what I said.
All right, so that's the fresh soft
George
they
is
had.
coming
Hold on.
Oh,
And then
Lewis is coming
Verstappen
in.
is in 5th.
Lewis
So
is coming
hold
in.
on. Lewis is coming in now.
Yeah,
Lewis
because
is
they have
coming
to
in for the
protect.
softs.
They have to protect him from Perez.
No,
But Perez is just... Hold on, guys. What lap are you on?
I'm showing lap
Yeah, they have
38.
to cover
Lewis
him.
is
They have
claiming
to
his
cover him up.
tires.
They have to cover up Perez.
It doesn't
Yeah, because
matter.
Perez is
Whatever
just lap.
strategy they were
Perez
on,
is
Lewis
just
will still
pit.
pass.
No,
Perez.
they
I
have
don't know
to
why they're
cover
putting Lewis
Perez,
is coming.
dude. They have to cover Perez because if they
Cover him
if
how?
they
I don't understand.
if
Cover
they
him
don't
how?
cover Perez, that means when Lewis pits, he's gonna have to chase Perez down again and pass him.
Pass him on his.
Hey,
Yes, pass him on
tidy
the
pit stop from
on the
Mercedes,
track.
man. Wow.
If he had, they
Yeah,
had to
Tidy
protect, they
pit
had to
stop.
protect the position.
2.7
So basically,
seconds.
So
That's
now
good.
Lewis is confined to second position then.
he was
So there's
always
no other
confined
thing.
to second. He was never gonna beat George.
Oh
He was never
God!
gonna
I've
beat
had
George.
this slimmer of
He was
hope
10 seconds
that
behind him. He was never gonna beat him.
yes, George's left rear would not come out from that car. He would spend 6 seconds on it.
Verstappen's on softs.
All right, I just see Hamilton finally coming into the pits. Fuck, this is slow.
Okay. Oh God. Russell's car, the tire don't come off, please. Hold on for a
Russell
bit.
pit. So Hamilton, if he can do this 20 laps now on
Oh, it
these
came out. 2
softs, we can get it. Sainz is not
2.8.
really a concern.
Because Lewis should be able to catch Sainz and pass Sainz now.
Oh yes, he will pass Sainz. That's a given. Yeah, he's gonna pass Sainz.
See?
So Mercedes is basically
and they had to
fighting for a
cover
1-2. Yeah, they cover Sainz basically. Yeah. They cover Sainz.
So he's got 22 laps to catch 22 seconds. That's going to be tough, won't it?
So Lewis is only what? Shit, he's only 7 seconds off the lead. 7 seconds off the lead.
Lewis is just asking why the tire changed.
Because if they hadn't done that, he'd have found himself behind both Perez and Sainz.
Yeah. He will have to burn more tire trying to overtake both of them. That's true.
They had to cover him off. They had to cover it off.
Yeah, I think when he comes back to the
soft tires
later, he will see.
How long do you think Saints can go on those tires? They've been
I don't get that.
No, the car is lighter now,
okay,
so there's no.
Hold on, why you don't get Ruby?
Why did we pit him? I don't get it.
Because if they didn't pit him, he would have found himself behind both Perez and Sainz.
But we've got old softs.
Yeah, but the old soft is good enough.
No, it's scrub. It's scrub. It's not an old one.
The soft is good to go to the end. So if they hadn't pitted him, he would have been behind Perez and Sainz, and he'd have to then pass them on track again.
But this just gives Russell the win. He was actually getting close to Russell.
He was 9 seconds.
They don't care which driver it is.
Not necessarily, because we have 5 seconds and 2, so we have
he was
7 seconds
9 seconds behind George. The likelihood of him actually winning from that.
But he was getting closer. He started off 10.
Not quick enough.
He was eating into it. 3/10 a lap. That's all he needed.
Yeah, but he wasn't 3/10 a lap quicker though, was
Hamilton fastest lap now.
He wasn't 3/10 a lap quicker.
Lewis is taking 1.2 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's literally.
We've got 20 laps and.
Listen, put it this way, yeah. I'm going to go on a bold statement and say if Lewis is keeping up this pace, I think he's going to take George.
Nah, he's not going to catch George.
Bro.
He's not going to catch him. Come on.
Oh my God! I want Anthony to be right. Anthony, be right. Be right.
He's
touch him.
We've got 20 laps for 7 seconds. That's just too much time. That's 9 seconds now.
Well,
George is also pushing like hell.
Yeah, George is going to have to push like hell.
George's like 7.5 seconds ahead.
No, he's not.
The only thing I know is Lewis
George
is not
can
going
make
to
a
give up on
mistake,
the
you
win.
guys.
Lewis is going to fight for that win.
And this is what I'm saying. He's eat out Sainz's time and he just did the fastest lap.
He's taking 1.2 seconds a lap from.
Yeah, he's
8 seconds behind George. the likelihood of him actually passing Perez and then catching George. Come on, be realistic. It's the same car, dude. It's the same car. He's not racing against a different car. He's racing against the identical car.
He's just dropping Perez. When Perez came out, he was like a second and a half
Bloody
behind.
hell.
He's just dropping him. Like,
look, hold on. Oh, there's a wicked.
Safety car.
Yes, Lando Norris. Safety car.
Safety car. Yes.
Exactly. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm behind. We didn't need that. We wanted a safety.
It has to be a safety car. That place is
safety car.
It has to be a safety car.
Yellow flag,
sector 2 and 3. It means there was another collision with a different driver.
I'm sorry, what did Lando do? Okay.
Yes, he beached the car. He's beached the car. Right, Sainz is coming in.
Sainz is coming for what you think?
Who's coming in? Or is it?
Oh no, man! No, not another safety car.
Yeah,
no.
Is it Charlotte?
Why did they just put out the safety car?
Hold on.
No, there's no safety car. It's just yellow.
Yeah, but look where Lando's car is. It's in a dangerous position.
Lando's car, exactly.
I think they're trying to not. If you have to slow down considerably enough.
I haven't seen the car yet.
Oh, McLaren. Does this mean they're fault?
That has to be a safety car. They're trying, as you said, they're trying not to issue one.
Virtual
safety car.
So with the virtual safety car.
Oh no, virtual safety car always screws us up.
So if they pick,
virtual safety car, I believe they keep their distance. They don't bunch up.
No. Depending on where you are on the track, actually, you can be faster.
Yeah. It never works out for us.
Yeah, it never works out for us.
It's a VSC now. It's a VSC.
Right, Sainz is boxing now.
So I want to see if Lewis is going to pass him when he boxes.
He should do.
Oh yes, Lewis should pass him.
Yeah, Lewis will pass him.
I need Sainz to come back behind Perez.
No, he might not. Because with Sainz entering the pit lane, he's gonna be able to go at a quicker pace.
Yeah, it's 11 stop. It's 11. You lose 11 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now Sainz is in the pit lane. He's no longer governed by the VSC speed, so he can go at a quicker speed.
I think that means Sainz is 3-stopping.
Lewis is going to get the position.
Yeah, Lewis is going to get second.
Lewis was that close. He's going to get that position.
Yeah, Lewis has got second.
No, but it's still a lot of time. And then Ferrari 3-stopping, that's insane. How bad is that tire deck, man?
Wait, how many tires has Ferrari used in this race?
All of them, except the hard tires.
They went. Yeah. They started soft and then went soft again.
They started medium. They started medium. They went
medium, then soft, then soft, isn't it?
Yeah. Then soft, medium, soft.
It's a shame they never left Lewis out, though, isn't it? You know,
he could have pitted now instead of trying to undercut Sainz. Then
what?
Yeah, they could have gambled on the safety car, right?
Yeah, but you don't want to.
No, this is just hindsight speaking. I mean, to be honest, they didn't know this would happen, right?
Yeah,
but the chances of a safety car are high here.
Yeah, but if he didn't come in, as Stannis was saying, then he would have been undercut by Perez.
Look, it's the right decision, because if he didn't, he was going to lose position. He's going to end up behind Sainz and Perez, and then he's going to have to pass them on track again.
But doesn't this also mean that Lewis could have stopped?
They're struggling to push the car.
No, Lewis did it.
If he did like 4 or 5 laps under the virtual safety car, that would have kept his medium.
No,
but you don't know if safety car would have come out.
They don't need a medium.
Was too much.
It would have been a gamble, right?
One stop wouldn't have worked. So now they got full safety.
Yes.
One stop was too slow.
Yeah, they're struggling to push the car, so we might get a
safety car. Full safety car.
Oh, great.
Who's going to this?
Russell and Lewis coming now. Go and change the tires.
They don't want to do that because
they ain't going to do that. They're not going to change the tires.
No, they want to be on softs and they have softs. They can't do it. They don't have any other tires.
Yeah.
That's the right tire. They can't do anything.
And plus, they would have lost Lewis' position, I think.
What is it with these McLarens not getting into neutral?
Who cares, man? This is good for us. Now we can go racing. Now the two boys can go racing. This is good for us. This is what I'm talking about.
This is opened up. This is opened us up. I mean, the good thing. Oh, now it's a safety car, so that's not good for us. No.
Yeah.
It's a full safety car. Yeah.
It's a full safety car.
Isn't safer. That isn't
It
good for
should
us.
have been a full safety car to begin with.
No.
I don't get this.
No, but
Yeah,
did you
it
see that
shouldn't.
the safety car
on the
actually was
right-hand
using its
side.
wiper? Is it
Yeah, I
raining?
saw that. The Red Bull and the Ferrari don't have the pace of the Mercedes.
No, they don't. They don't. Yeah, they don't.
So I think the tires they should be fine.
Rain is the last thing we want to happen here. Come on.
Oh, don't even mention rain. Fried rice. Don't mention rain, please.
Listen, at the end of the day, this has worked out perfectly for us. Like I said, Red Bull.
Mercedes is going for a 1-2 in 2000.
Hold on. Let's see what. Hold on.
Are we letting the lap cars lap? What are we doing? Is this Abu Dhabi situation?
Yeah, no shit.
That's a good one. George, are you for real?
Right,
dude?
so there's.
Are you for real?
There's no team orders.
George, asking the bar, are we racing or are we securing the 1-2? Come on, dude. You're gonna race. You're gonna have to earn that.
See, I told you, my George agenda is back. My George agenda is back.
Come on, George, you're gonna have to earn
that.
that.
But Thanos, you got to remember, George has got Lewis Hamilton coming up behind him. He's gonna want it to be 1-2 as it is, isn't he? Because he's not gonna be able to keep him behind.
Oh God.
He will try.
No, because you have to understand, George is desperate for a win, dude. As much as we are
so
desperate
away.
for a win.
This is the first season we've gone with no win.
The season hasn't finished yet.
Yeah, but I think this is George's first life with no win. So you have to understand what he's going on.
You realize they keep playing that replay with Lewis and Max collision, like they're trying to Sky's trying to change the narrative. And
yeah, so right, this is where
in Lewis's crash with that asshole, like Lewis was so clever that he got into the tarmac and he didn't drive into that grass.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Otherwise, his tires would have been so dead with the mud. Like
Guys,
over 2 or 3
please
laps,
pray
lost a
for
lot more.
Lewis Hamilton. Pray for Lewis Hamilton.
All right, listen. Okay, so now. Listen, isn't the Williams going through? Like, well, go on.
Lewis is going to win.
Yeah, they're supposed to move that back marker.
You know what I'm saying?
Isn't going to win this race?
Hold on, what's Hamilton saying? Hold on.
A fucking asshole Verstappen. Fuck, I hate that.
You know, Martin Brundle can do one.
Perez has a brand new soft, right? For this.
No, Perez just had one soft. He uses soft. He's on mediums.
Yeah, it's on mediums. Are they new mediums? Because I thought he had one new mediums.
No, Perez didn't even have a scrub soft. He just had one set of soft tire and that was it. And he used that.
How many mediums did he have? I thought he had one new.
He had 3 new mediums, 1 new hard.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of medium tires.
But they need to get rid of the back markers and eat up some of the laps.
But I think Perez's tires, like Red Bull's mediums, doesn't work. So I think.
Yeah,
I don't know how much of an asshole Perez is and what kind of plan B involves, like, you know, just hit Lewis Hamilton whenever you get a chance.
But he needs points, doesn't he?
He was
So who's that Williams?
He was taking permission to pass Max yesterday, even with his second car.
23.
These points, he's just there.
Oh no, man!
Look,
it's really fucking marginal right now.
The tires they have should be fine because it's only 14 laps. They should be fine.
No, the tires are fine. I think behind there's a Ferrari on the softs and I think Red Bull on medium. I think Perez should have his hands full with the Ferrari.
Yeah, the Ferrari. He will be defending against the Ferrari than looking at Lewis. That's true. That's
on medium.
It's Sainz. Sainz will bottle it.
Yeah, but Sainz is
no. Sainz will put pressure on Perez. He wants to be his podium. Yeah.
Hold on. Everyone in the top 4 is on used tires. Sainz, everybody in the top 4 is on used tires. So
how long is this safety car going to be out? Because this is long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is long. I think they're having difficulty.
It's going to be a while. We have some back markers that still haven't moved. So the more laps
No,
we
I
reach
think
out, the better.
it's a double-edged sword because the longer it stays out, the less tired the laps we have to do on
you
the
have to
soft.
do.
That means that but then also it means we've got less chances to actually attack and pass.
Exactly.
I don't know what way we're going, but it's just really marginal right now because
no, 11 laps is still okay. We can work with that. So 11, 12
fuck
laps.
me, man!
Okay.
Please, God.
Can we just get that Williams out of the way? It's annoying.
All right, the lap cars are overtaking now.
Yeah, lap cars are now.
Russell's. Don't forget, Lewis's tires are more, are younger. They're younger than.
No, Lewis pitted first before Russell.
Yeah.
2 laps. 2 laps fresher.
Yeah, 2 laps. Yeah.
It's 1 lap.
2.
No, Lewis is two laps younger than Russell's.
No.
And he didn't have to use it for overtaking.
2 laps older.
2 laps. No, it's a lap because Russell pitted.
No, I think Thanos they were used in qualifying, so they've got Lewis has had tires at 5 laps on it. Russell's tires had 4 laps on it.
No, I think they were saying Russell had.
So Lewis is 2 laps older.
No, I think they were saying no.
They're roughly about the same tire life, given that they were used earlier and later and all that.
Yeah, but Lewis was pushing on his own. Russell wasn't that much. So.
No, but Russell was also pushing. Didn't you see he was increasing the gap immensely even to Lewis at one point? Check the lap times. Even Russell was pushing really hard after a while.
Hey, Vern, you know what's going to happen today, right?
I don't know, man. I'm just scared.
You know what's going to happen today.
I don't see how we're winning this race.
It's a 1-2 Mercedes. It's a 1-2
Mercedes. Vern, you know what's going to happen. They chose the wrong strategy.
Mercedes sacrificed Lewis Hamilton for the 1-2.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen.
Because clearly he had the pace.
You know they're going to say Mercedes chose the wrong strategy, right?
They did. I'm already saying it.
If they finish 1-2,
guys, we're gonna fight it. We're gonna fight about it after 10 laps. Okay, dude. I don't have the brain power to actually explain it.
They didn't want the cars to race. They didn't let the cars race each other. That's the thing.
How has Mercedes sacrificed Lewis?
Dude,
10 laps is not enough.
How has Mercedes
Max didn't let the 2 cars race each other, man. He hit him, and that was the end of it. Mercedes didn't get a chance to actually split strategy.
Hold on, guys. Let's explain because I don't understand what you mean. Mercedes sacrificed Lewis for the 1-2.
No, who said that?
If they had left Lewis out, he would be first right now.
No, he wouldn't.
He would be.
No, he wouldn't.
They didn't knew that there was going to be a.
There was a good chance of it. If it wasn't for Sainz, it would have been for McLaren. That's typical.
No, you don't plan like that. You just
hold on, kids. Let me answer Ruby. When they pitted Lewis.
How many times has Russell hoped for a safety car and it worked for him in his favor? I mean, surely.
Exactly.
Yeah, they could have gambled. I mean, they got nothing to lose.
Lewis
really.
was the gap between Lewis and
sorry to interrupt.
George wasn't big enough. For that, even on the safety car, he would have come back out in front. He would have been behind.
Yeah, 9 seconds.
It wasn't 9 seconds. Was it?
Well, no,
no. George
if they
was
gambled
ahead of Lewis. So
I can't put up a good argument right now. I'm too scared.
Well, no, I mean, it was highly unlikely he was going to pass Russell. So for Hamilton, they gambled and just stayed out for a safety car.
All right, green flag, safety car
probably
in.
1 and 2.
So it's when Russell wants to start.
Oh, guys, I can't take this.
Ruby,
let's go.
Ruby, if you're scared.
Okay, here we go.
Guys, I'm losing it.
Lewis is gone. Look at Perez. Perez is watching his mirror for Sainz. He's not even looking at Lewis. Lewis is dusted him since.
Ooh.
The restart wasn't that good.
Come on, Hamilton.
Sainz is going to pass Perez. He's defending against Perez. Perez.
This is not.
Oh, it is awesome.
The Red Bull and the Ferrari tussling it out.
Yeah, this is what we thought was going to happen because Perez is on medium, and that medium will take a while to get to 10. So Sainz has to pass him now, otherwise he wouldn't get a chance again. Oh, the two Ferrari, they probably are going to team. The W13 is going to get a 1-2 in 2022. I can't believe I'm saying that. What?
Hello.
Hi.
I hear you. Hi.
But the Red Bull has no answer to the Mercedes.
Sainz will pass him. Oh God, he made a mistake. He couldn't have done. Why would you do that? He's compromised his exit.
Wait, is Perez moving like in the braking zone?
Yeah, not really. I think Sainz made a mistake. Sainz compromised himself from that. He would have just allowed him, then straighten his car. He had better tires. He's on soft, for crying out loud.
That's why Perez will never win a championship. He cares more about who's behind him going forward.
He's not even doing the right things.
Exactly. He cares more about who he's defending against than actually going forward.
He's not doing the right thing.
He's just a fucking worker. This is good for us, though.
Russell pushed in his fastest lap. I mean, Hamilton giving him the space.
Is 10 laps enough?
Lewis tires are taking too long to come up to temperatures.
DRS enabled.
Yes.
DRS enabled.
Right, he's got DRS now, but he's.
But we have the older soft tires though.
Hold on. Come on, Lewis, man.
It's coming to 10.
Seem to be coming up to 10.
Why would his come up for temp slower than fucking Russell's?
Russell carrying more downforce.
No, Russell's going to push more aggression, huh? So let Russell do what he's going to do. Hamilton.
That's Alfa Romeo.
What's Sainz saying? What you know?
Guys, Sergio is the Minister of Defense. No matter.
That's what I'm saying.
This race will kill you.
It's not different.
Hold on. Let's see. Come on, Lewis.
This race will kill you.
My brother.
Yeah,
no. He ain't doing it, boy.
He's
out.
No, Anthony, I don't want to hear that, okay?
Lewis is dropping.
Positive vibes. We're getting in there. Okay, it has to charge.
No, Lewis tire is coming to temp now.
Yeah, he's managing.
But Perez is such a dirty driver, man. What the fuck is he? What the fuck is the problem?
We don't care about Perez, dude.
You know what? You know what?
If
Though
I want
everyone,
he will pass him. I think he will pass him now. There's that DRS now. He will pass him.
but everyone says Perez is clean. He's not clean. He's fucking dirty.
No, he's a fucking dirty
Red
driver.
Bull is all fucking dirty. Red Bull is all fucking dirty.
I want Perez defending for me. I'm sorry, Perez is good defending, even if it's dirty.
Yeah, but he's dirty driver. Like they say he's clean. No,
No, you can hit somebody else and call that defense. That would not be. You would still keep the position.
Yeah, it's worked
like
for
even
Max.
at Abu Dhabi, he fucking veered twice, a couple times where you can only cut back once.
Hey, Sainz is through. Sainz is through.
But motherfucking asshole.
What is Ocon doing? Ocon just exposed himself there.
Yeah. Lewis can't seem to close.
Y'all saw a replay with
fucking Red Bulls.
Lewis losing all of his time in sector 2 to George.
Yeah.
That's where you need the downforce that George
downforce,
has.
yeah. That's it.
He's got more downforce.
Yeah, he's running a bit more downforce, which helps him in sector 2.
Oh, Leclerc is gonna beat Perez. He was begging for a point in his championship.
It took him just one lap to do it. Our Sainz was busy just DRS do, but again, that was the wrong tire to be on.
I hate that Verstappen's on new softs as well.
Alonso may take Perez too, Alonso is right.
Yeah, Alonso is all over Perez.
Lewis losing all of his time in sector 2. No matter what he does, if he gets to within
What is up
1
with Lewis?
second,
Why can't Lewis catch?
His
why can't Lewis
he's
get into
losing all
DR's
his
zone?
time in
Ferrari
sector 2.
in.
That's fine. Don't worry. It's Lewis.
No, his tires are dropping off. That's why.
I think he has damage too on that car.
No, it's not the damage, bro. It's not the damage because you saw how he's passing cars. His tires are dropped off.
No,
already?
Yeah, his tires are dropped off, bro. Look, he 1.46, bro.
1.4 already.
His tires aren't dropping off. He's losing all the time in sector 2.
I think Lewis is drawing back a bit to cool his car down and then go again because he's too close to George, basically. So you have to sort
should be able to follow more this year.
yeah, but it's still difficult in the way.
Wow.
Is he saving his tires up?
Alonso will pass him in the streets because he has better traction with the tire. Perez
is Lewis saving his tires up?
Hold up. Is Red Bull actually going to cost Perez second in the championship and not giving him yesterday's point?
Just watch the way Max will pass Perez now. He will actually slow down, push the brake, and let it pass.
Watch Alonso let Verstappen by.
No, Verstappen.
No, I don't think so. Alonso will defend that, but I don't think he will have he will defend that position. He wants that position naturally.
Well, this is answer. Look, 1.3 with how many laps to go?
God, Lewis! Oh God! Oh, I wanted him to win this race.
Oh, he's gone. Now, Perez need to defend Max.
No, he can't defend against Max. He's not allowed to.
Yesterday Max was an asshole.
No, he was asking for permission to do it. That means in his contract, there's something written in the contract
car yesterday. You could have given us the position. Guys, go and vote for Lewis.
Oh fuck! Sainz is coming back on us. Lewis.
No, he was born at his tire. He's not good. Sainz can't do it. Just forget it. It's not Sainz. He was born at his tire. That's gonna do that.
It's a 1-2 for Mercedes.
Yeah, it's a sealed 1-2. That's it, and it's a very, 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 very good result for them. I just wish the roles are swapped, so Lewis in the front.
Yeah, no fucking
no, it's just 100.
Oh my God, my George agenda is back. What the hell? What was he asking about?
What was the question?
George asking about, are we going to maintain 1-2? Or are we actually going to race? The fuck?
I don't. George is asking that?
Yeah,
he was.
Wow.
What did you say, Ruby?
I didn't like George asking if we're going to maintain 1-2 or we're actually going to race.
That's the point. He's an asshole. I don't like him. Don't trust him.
Yep.
He's a Tory. I don't trust him too.
He's a little fucking...
He wears chinos.
Oh, shit.
Max is going to pass Perez on the street. Perez actually braking to allow him pass. What did I say? He's going to...
Perez let Verstappen ride by.
Yeah, he just let him through.
Oh, the fuck, Perez, you need the points. I don't get this.
It's all sector 2 where Lewis has lost all of that time to George.
I think I don't know if Lewis is having it hitting. I know he's losing time in that sector 2. But
it's sector 2 because he's running less downforce, so it's going to affect him in that.
Yeah, but he's coming back down to a second.
But I was hoping he could, in the straight, he could just at least get some speed into turn 1, then DRS in turn 2. He's not able to do it. So.
No, I think he's just doing what he's doing at the present moment. From what I'm seeing, he was 1.2, but I think it's gone back up again. What is it now? 1.2. Yeah, 1.2. 1.2 seconds. Come on, Lewis. Come on, hammer time, brother.
Lewis wants to win this race. Oh God, please. Oh God, Lewis.
Hold on, right? He's catching him though. Come on, Lewis.
Lewis, if you win this, you will get news in your DM. Go for it.
It's not gonna win, dude. It's not gonna win. It's the same.
Why are you a party pooper, Thanos?
I'm not a party pooper. You're being realistic. There's 3 laps left. It's gonna take a mistake from George.
Thanos, let it go. Let it go. Maybe George gets.
But Lewis is sliding around though. That's the thing.
Lewis is Man, please. Oh, God. I don't want to.
Oh, he's ringing that car, man.
Yeah. The car. So Russell got P3 being the car in the world, red car, nobody can even prove anymore afterward. And here we are. Lewis has terrible luck this season. I don't know.
The last time at the Formula One World Championship that a British constructor or a British driver didn't win a race. It looks like God Save the King is coming for the first time at the Formula One Grand Prix. But will it be Russell or will it be Hamilton?
Hamilton will let Russell win. You know how Hamilton is. Hamilton is a team player. He's gonna let him Russell.
Lewis isn't gonna let him win nothing. Lewis is gonna let him. He's gonna have to earn the win. Lewis is gonna push him until the checkered flag. He's not gonna let him win.
He's gonna try to force him to make a mistake or something.
No, I think we have to talk about how clinical Russell is. He's just wow.
Russell is not he's a good driver. Yeah, he is a very good driver.
But you realize the two Mercs aren't really pushing and cruising right now.
Fucking Verstappen. Lewis would have won this race.
Yeah, you're correct. But for that initial contact, Lewis would have won this race.
Verstappen accomplished what he wanted. That's all he cared about.
I don't know. Mercedes would have fucked it up for us. Don't really trust them this year.
True. I still maintain that this bodes really well going forward for Mercedes, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt, regardless of where Verstappen is and where he could have been, this is really good for Mercedes going forward.
All right,
I don't know. I feel like Red Bull catch up though quite quickly.
Hey, we're at 2 laps, so you guys that are ahead, don't say nothing for about 2 minutes.
Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg in Austria in 2016. It doesn't look like he's got anything in terms of that middle section.
God, man, this is so painful to watch.
Oh my God, I can hear them now. Oh my God, Russell, it's the change of the guards. Oh my God, he's such a good driver. He's better than
Lewis. That's you can see the narrative being written. Yeah. I think Lewis has given up. It's not 1.5. That's it.
Yeah, there's nothing he can do. He's losing too much time in the middle sector.
In the middle sector, yeah. He's just gone. That's it.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Just bring it home and take the 1-2. It is what it is.
Yeah, do the 1-2. It's over. Live to fight another day.
No one thought they'd get a race win from after what we saw in Bahrain. So to get a 1-2, even though I'm pissed,
Dan is going to cut his BS. That's what we're praying for. So
even though I'm pissed it's not Lewis, you still have to give Mercedes credit, because where they've come from to where they are now, it's an absolute miracle. And
Mercedes 1-2 is definitely.
I just think that's about. It's hard luck. If it was all lost on the first lap, that's just fucking annoying.
No, not which first lap. You mean the safety car restart with Max?
No, not the safety car
Leclerc
restart.
is asking for them to let him pass Sainz. Charles is begging them to let him pass Sainz.
Oh, so you can get more points than Perez?
Yeah, so you can get more points. He's telling them think about the championship. Every point counts.
What? Like Sainz is going to give a podium?
Yeah, that's what he's suggesting. They are begging Max to let Checo through, please.
No, it's well deserved. George did his thing, but I think Lewis.
You can't.
Mercedes 1-2. As happy as I would have been, I would take that. But
he didn't let Perez through.
No, he can't. Max would never allow it.
Shit! Did they not promise Perez though? They promised him.
But he wasn't close.
He didn't let Perez through.
It wasn't going to happen.
The little said if you have passed Alonso by turn 12, let Perez through. He didn't let him through.
Oh God, Perez.
Oh,
I think
shit.
Perez should consider his life choices. This is terrible. They're just humiliating him.
If Perez didn't know he was a bitch already, he should know by now. This should tell him that he's a bitch.
Where's Diddy?
Oh man. If only that asshole didn't crash into us.
Yeah,
Who's
Diddy.
that? Who's that?
Yeah, we should do that. We have to celebrate. Somebody should do it. I don't know how to do it.
At the end of yo, stop doing that, please. Guys, come on. Yo, at the end of the day, as pissed as disappointed
You
I
see
am.
how Max was? They told let Perez pass so that he gets point. Fucking
didn't let
Max
him through.
doesn't give a fucking asshole.
Max said, "Fuck that dude. Fuck that bitch."
That's why the next race, Max is going to be an aggressor.
Oh God!
But Thanos, you know something, right?
George Russell finally.
Dude, whoever that is, mute your TV, dude. Whoever you are, mute your TV because you're too loud.
No one needs to hear George Russell's name, to be honest.
Come on, Ruby. Ruby.
As much as I'm happy for
Ruby.
Mercedes, I wanted Lewis is driver of the day. Thank goodness.
Come on, Ruby. Let's be fair. Yeah? George didn't do anything wrong that we're gonna be like that.
Oh, he crashed his car. Where did it start? Did he not crash his car on Friday? Did we not start where we started because of George? I will have my George agenda.
But hold on. But also you have to say to yourself, why didn't Lewis do a better lap?
Because he came out from the pit last.
George came out in front of him.
Because it was George's weekend to pick.
George came out in front of him.
It was George's weekend to pick who goes in front.
Come on, no, you get to pick who goes in front. It was Lewis' weekend to pick, and Lewis went out last. What you talk? I don't get it. Lewis and George went out at the same time. George did his lap. Lewis messed up his lap in sector 2, which cost him a lot of time.
He didn't put
but the honest part of the question is,
let me finish. So we can't say, oh, it's because of George crashing out. Lewis,
no, I'm not taking anything away from George, man. He did his part.
Come on, man. Let's.
The worst part is we didn't lose it because of George. We lost it because Max crashed into us. In a fair fight, Lewis had enough pace. He could have done other things like.
Yeah,
he did not lose it because of George. That's the clear thing. George, obviously a thing happened, but I think at the end of the whole thing, when all the cards were played out, he was at P2 and he was within a shot of winning the race.
Look, we're better than that.
No, I'm not hating on George because George did his thing. Like, it's his moment, man. Come on, man.
I'm not saying you, Varun, but we're better than that. We can't. There's no reason to
he did everything possible, dude. I think
he didn't do anything wrong. He raced.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Thanos. I am not better than that. My George agenda will not be muted. I do not like George, and I am coming for him. Why did he beat the Mercedes? Why?
Let's be gracious, guys. Let's actually be gracious because the George fans will think we don't know how to lose.
No, I'm sorry. I'm very clear. I do not like him. I can tolerate him.
We should blame Max for this, not George.
To basically say, you know what? He won the race. End of the day, you can't be going and say, "Oh,
no." But George actually held off. George drove well. His pace was good. He did everything. He did so much work. I can't take.
Exactly, and you can go and say that in a George space.
It's my space. It's my space, and I'm not.
No, it's a fair thing. I think I understand. I understand what you're coming from. I am a Lewis fan as well, and I want him to win. I want to win this desperately, but I don't think that he lost it anything because of what happened on the qualifying. Of course, there was a difference in where he could have ended up. And if George didn't pit it, probably Red Bulls would have been ahead of us as well. I think sprint would have been played out differently. All of these things happened, and at the end of the race, they started 1-2 where both of them had the chance. And that one guy was an asshole, and he broke Lewis's car. That cost him like 10 or 12 seconds coming up through the field. And then he was 10 seconds behind, and he still caught up those 10 seconds to somewhere around 8. And then there was a safety car. At the end of it all, there was just whoever was ahead had a higher package.
No matter because Lewis, my own is, if George didn't beat that car, there was no red card, Lewis would have qualified.
Wait, Crofty just said that Lewis didn't have a chance to win.
See, this is what we need to combat. Fair enough.
This is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to be gracious, but Crofty is trying to make me a mean person.
Yo, I'm gonna need people put their hands up because everybody's talking one at all same time, and I don't know to follow the conversation. So we're gonna go back with people putting up their hands, and then you can get a chance to talk. All right, Vims, go on.
I was just saying that Crofty just said Lewis didn't have a chance, and now I'm gonna have to be like a gracious person.
What did he say?
And hope that Lewis didn't look like he was gonna win at all, and it was George's day this whole weekend. So, well, I don't know. Maybe he wasn't watching the same race as I was. He didn't see Max crashing into like Lewis and trying to take him out, and then Lewis going all the way to like second, overtaking people. But it's okay. I'll keep quiet today. At least you got a 1-2, I guess. Be happy.
All right, then, cool.
George is such an ugly crier. Who's next? Kingsley.
Go on.
I'm actually happy Mercedes had a 1-2, but I still stand with the original statement. If George didn't reach the car yesterday, Lewis will be P1, George will be P2, Max will crash into George, Lewis will win this race. That's what I said.
But Kingsley, here's the thing. Here's a scenario. If George didn't beat his car on Friday, right? Then more likely Max would have been on pole.
No.
Right? What do you mean no? What do you mean no?
Even if Max...
Why wouldn't Max be on pole? Why wouldn't he be on pole?
On pole, Mercedes still has the pace to beat Max today, even if you're because George
that's beside the point. That's
they didn't have the stuff to drive this car. But the car was
that's beside the point. Kingsley, that's beside the point. You're saying that George not beat the car.
No, it's not beside the
Friday,
point.
Even Lewis should have been.
Max was pole. Yeah.
Sorry?
I'm hearing you. Breaking, I can hear you.
Yeah, go on. No, I can hear you.
Okay. Lewis just roasted Max. He said that everyone knows how it is with Max. Oh, dude.
Look, at the end of the day, what happened on Friday happened on Friday. We can't turn around and say that what Lewis starting P8 was definitely George's fault. Because Lewis didn't do his lap. He made a mistake on his lap in sector 2, which cost him time.
You don't know the potential. Lewis would have been ahead of George. That's one I'm 100% sure about it.
Kingsley, Kingsley, they both did one lap in qualifying. George did a better lap than Lewis.
It's irrelevant. Some drivers don't want to go for the first lap. The ultimate lap, that's when they push for the maximum. We could have driven the maximum in the second run, and then he gets the position.
Kingsley, the conditions were changing. So your first lap should be a good enough lap that puts
because of the red flag. If there was no red flag, you would have had time to run.
Kingsley,
yeah.
Right? The conditions were changing.
Yes.
The conditions were changing. So what you want to make sure that your very first lap is a good enough lap that puts you in an advantageous position.
Yeah.
That's what K-Mag did. That's what.
Not quite, though, Thanos. You want to make sure you're the last person over the line, surely.
No, it was the start of the qualifying session, Ruby. It wasn't the end of it. It was the start of qualifying. And the conditions were deteriorating. So you come out. So there's a very small window you have. So when you come out, your very first lap should be your banker lap should always be good enough to basically put your provisional pole.
Yes.
Lewis made a mistake.
Happen. Thanos,
Lewis made a mistake. Yes.
I'm not arguing that Lewis didn't make a mistake in that first lap.
You know how it is with Max.
To run the second time because George Russell put the car in the gravel. If it was Max,
What if it started to rain? What George didn't beach it and it started to rain? Then what we'd have said?
Then that's fine. That's fair.
That's fine. We'll not rain came, but the duration of the red flag was why there was no red flag.
So then you can say the same thing about George. It's just an unfortunate incident. It happened.
But what you're saying, that's not how it happened. That's the point. That's not how it happened. What happened was when he beached the car, there was a red flag. They couldn't run the second time anymore.
Okay.
What a pussy! A prick!
Did you see what he did?
Prick.
Wait, what did he do? What did I miss, guys?
He literally said something about they must have said something last year or something like that about the. So it's like he's saying basically he told him, look, don't ever ask me to pull over and let him pass or whatever.
Oh, Max is a fucking asshole. That
anyway,
fucking prick.
Anyway, Vern, mute your mic. Lauren, after Lauren, Dean, I'm coming to you after Lauren.
Okay.
At the end of
Lauren,
the
go.
Whilst George, I don't think he did it on purpose. We don't need to twerk for George. He took the win.
It's twerking for him.
He beached the car, which ruined not only Lewis's lap but multiple drivers. He's at fault. The same way when Perez was driving like a nutcase in Monaco when he ruined Monaco, the qualifying. I think he did it on purpose? No. Did he ruin qualifying? Yes. The fact is the fact.
I'm not the only one who can't hear anything.
We don't have to jump
Can you
through.
stop doing that, please? Vince, can you stop doing that? If you want to come in and speak, can you just read? You always just jump in while someone's talking. Can you stop doing that, please? Go on, Lauren.
Yeah, we don't have to jump through hoops. Like, he did ruin qualifying. And it's okay. He's not the first. He won't be the last. I'm sure Lewis has ruined a couple of qualifyings because he hit the wall too. This time it was George's turn. He fucked up qualifying. Point blank, period.
No one's disputing that.
Now,
that's not in dispute.
Max, I was told all year that he was like a changed man. So what happened? All year he's mature, he's new. So what happened? I'm so confused.
Well, I thought this Lauren, was a new man. But Lauren, you've been in here when we've had this conversation. We've said the only thing that's changed for Max this year is he doesn't have a Mercedes to fight against. That's it. Nothing about Max has changed. He's still the same guy. He just doesn't have a Mercedes and a Lewis Hamilton to fight against. So, racing against Ferrari and Sainz and Leclerc, it's easy. It's light work for him because no one really takes them seriously. They're not a threat. So he can just go and just race as normal as he please because he doesn't have to worry about them. But you see the moment he saw Lewis in front of him. I mean, we first saw it in Canada. Remember his reaction in Canada when he pitted and Lewis came out in front of him in the pits and how he was angry. We saw that reaction from him. I know we saw it again today. Lewis being in front of him, he just felt he had no control of his car when he went into that turn one. None. If you look on his onboard, the speed he carried in, he was sawing at the wheel trying to get the car under control. He had no control whatsoever. It was a reckless move, but that's Max for you. No,
there's something about Lewis that triggers him.
Kingsley
actually said that she thinks that this weekend is the hardest Max has had to race anyone all year. And I was like, no. And then I went and thought about it. So actually, I think it actually might be. Yeah. I don't think he's actually had to race anyone really until yesterday.
Because
did he show us his skills?
Yeah. I mean, but what was it? Horner said last year, Varun, about it's easy to drive in a straight line. Is when you
it takes talent to drive the corners. It's easy to drive the straight lines. That asshole.
So it seems like Max can't drive a straight line or the corners as well.
Dude, what the fuck happened today, man?
Anyway, we're going back to people with their hands up. Dean, where are you at? Where's Dean?
Oh, here.
Dean, you've got the mic. Go on.
You guys didn't see that earlier where Horner was pleading for Verstappen to let Checo by if he can't pass Alonso in the last lap? Did you see
it wasn't Horner, it was GP, his team.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't want to have this conversation with you.
Did you see Max's fucking response?
Oh, dude, that's hilarious.
That, you guys. We talked about this. I have my reasons. What an asshole. What an asshole.
No, he's asshole on team radio. They said that we're a family and he's such a good teammate. They're a fucking asshole for that. Dude, they're such assholes for that because he just said that don't ask me ever again. That's what he said.
Yeah, we talked about it. Have my reasons. What a fucking dick.
But this is good though, isn't it? Because it means that the gloves are now off between the two of them.
No, Perez will still.
Dude, what gloves are we talking about? Perez is being beaten by the entire team, dude.
Like
everyone disrespects him.
He's like a rented donkey on that team, man.
All right, then, cool. All right, then. Thanks, Dean.
Yeah, he's not going to fight him. He's going to pull over. It's just it's unfortunate. I mean, Max's whole goal today was to ruin Lewis's race or finish ahead of him. That's it. Crash him out or finish ahead. Because of the whole Brazil thing, and he's got the spotlight. He can't handle it. His little childish ego. He's an ass.
Cool. All right, thanks, Dean. I'm done. I'm gonna move on. What's this? Ernest.
Yeah. What do you think of? Do you think Mercedes have a good chance of winning next week in Abu Dhabi?
Well, they didn't. No one expected them to win here this weekend. They didn't anticipate. They weren't sure how they were going to perform. So, I mean,
nah, stop lying, man. I told you someone was going to win for Mercedes.
The problem with Abu Dhabi is they've got those two long ass straights.
Yeah, because they've changed the track layout as well, haven't they?
Yes. Have they? Yeah, they have. Yeah, they have. So they've got that too long ass straight, which it's gonna cause them a whole lot of problems. So it's gonna be difficult, but hey, anything can happen. Let's see what happens. We didn't think they'd win a race this year. They won a race. They're not that far behind Ferrari in the constructors. So anything is possible.
Thanos, they did show a bit of Thanos. Did you think?
Charlie, you jump in.
I was going to ask you a question.
You jump in the queue. I've got people waiting in the queue.
All
right, cool. All right. Anything else, Ernest?
No, I'm done. Thank you. Yeah, next person can talk. Cheers.
Baxter.
Oh, hey, Thanos.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, it's a good day, my friend. It is a good day to be a Mercedes fan. Oh, I'm a happy boy. Oh, man. In regards to the crash, I initially thought it was Lewis's fault. But having on second viewing, I think I can understand the penalty for Max. But yeah, what a day for Mercedes to come back. Everyone said the team was finished, but they're coming back strong, and I think George and Lewis are going to be right there next season. I think what a time for George to get his first win. He earned it today because Lewis was coming back at him on that restart, and he outpaced him. Yeah, and to all the Verstappen fanboys moaning about Lewis, you accepted Abu Dhabi, so accept this. Take the L. Take your L. Take your medicine.
Repeat again. I don't get that part.
What? Accepting Abu Dhabi?
Yeah.
Well, they were like, oh no, Abu Dhabi's fine. Abu Dhabi's fine, and then they're moaning about Max getting a penalty for what they deemed was Lewis's crash. So you can just accept this one, take the L, and enjoy Lewis. Enjoy people saying "cry more" on every single one of your tweets for the next 2 weeks.
I mean, people who say "cry more" have low vocabulary. People with low vocabulary, so I don't really pay them any attention. I mean, it's kind of.
Oh, I know. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, but I'm just. People are going to do it, and it's karma.
I do agree. I mean, the recovery they've made from the start of the season to actually winning a race now, it's, again, you have to factor in that they're operating within a budget constraint and other constraints and whatnot. So, they can't just be throwing things at the car. Eventually, we were pissed off. We were complaining at the start of the season about all of this experimentation and data collection and yada 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 blah blah blah. We were all complaining about it, but what we've seen today has proven that what they were doing was actually correct. It was a painful process to go through for us as fans, especially as Lewis fans, but we can see that it paid dividends, and that bodes well going into next year. So I can only, I'm annoyed that George is the one that won the race, but at the end of the day, he did what he needed to do. I can't fault him. I can't complain.
He earned it, man. Race. He earned it. He
earned the win. He earned it. He won it. Kudos to him. He drove. He had to deal with multiple safety cars and VST and whatnot. and he did his job. Kudos to him. Congrats on his win. We move. All right, thanks, Backstage. Anthony, go on. Anthony.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm here, man. Man, I'm disappointed. You know, George, effortlessly this weekend. I don't know what I'm going with Max, but it's just like every time you see Lewis, it's just like, yeah. I'm happy that they got a 1-2. You know, happy that I got 1-2, but you can hear my voice that I'm gutted, man. I'm gutted. I'm just gutted this weekend. I don't know. Who knows what would have happened if Max didn't hit Lewis? Lewis would have probably taken a win, but happy with the performance. You know, I can say that George deserves this, and you know, we can say that this is from the what's the first race that they had? What's the race that he had when he was with Valtteri Bottas?
Who?
George, when he took over from Hamilton. What race was it?
That was Sakir.
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah, so you might as well say, you know, he didn't win that race, but he won this race, you know what I'm saying? So, well done to him, and I can't fault him, innit? He drove effortlessly this, you know. If Lewis never
we can be annoyed that Lewis didn't win, but at the same time we can be gracious and just commend him for he did a good job.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm not taking anything away from George. You know what I'm saying? Like, he won the sprint race, and then he did what he needed to do today. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's a bittersweet moment. Now I'm happy that you know it's a 1-2. Just not the 1-2 that we all wanted. So we move on to next week, and then we take it from there.
All right, cool. Thanks. Star Charger.
Hey, what's good, everyone? Hey, what's good, Thanos? Man, well, you know, obviously, congrats to George. I mean, raced a good race. It would have been nice to see what Lewis could have done in this race, you know, with a better qualifying if what happened in qualifying didn't happen and all that. But all that aside, good stuff to George. But, you know, as we all figured, if it came to Lewis and Max racing side by side, that move from Max, like, come on, man. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. He just cannot race Lewis clean at all. He just can't do it. It's just mission impossible at this point. And you know, it's just they had another thing that ruined Lewis's race. And if that didn't happen, considering the pace Lewis had in hand today, Lord knows what would have happened. But you know, it was a great race. But you know, at this point, you know, I think it's painfully obvious that the problem is Max. And you want to know what's ironic about all this? Go back to 2018. I mean, even look at this race now. You got people that are trying to bat for Max and say that, you know, Max was totally in the right to do what he did with his positioning with his car. But you go back to 2018 when Max did the same thing Lewis did when Esteban Ocon was on the inside at turn 2 and they made contact. Of course, you know, Max is the one going off into the paddock, pushing Ocon off the scales and all that. And everybody's, you know, taking Max's side for it, saying he was right about it, even though Esteban Ocon, as the lap car during that year, had every right to unlap himself, which, of course, he had the pace to do, which was, of course, what he was doing. And when you look at the cool-down room that year, you'll see that Lewis was actually telling Max that, and Max continued to try and justify his position, and Lewis just shuts down from him. And because, you know, he realized, you know, you just can't teach Max anything. He's just going to see it from his perspective, in spite of how many people, you know, around him are telling him that he shouldn't be doing what he's doing. And, well, here we are. Nothing's changed, even with those two quote-unquote championships in hand. And, you know, with the media, of course, putting Abu Dhabi 2021's highlights in the promo for next week's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. I mean, yeah, you know the media full well doesn't know better, but at the end of the day, it's a great week for Mercedes. This caps off a year where they've had to have some serious development. They overcame some serious development issues to put that car in a position that by all rights it never deserved. But really good stuff to the team. Really good stuff for Lewis. I mean, he deserves better, and I think he'll get better. I think this team is primed for next year, considering what all they've learned about this car and what philosophy they'll take in the next year. I think we should see some serious improvement between now and when they start the season off in 2023. And I'm really looking forward to a much better and much improved form for the results in terms of the championships next season. But we'll have to see. But Abu Dhabi's next. Lord knows what's going to happen there. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But fuck Max Verstappen, man. The guy just does not know how to race wheel to wheel with anybody worth a damn. So especially Lewis. And yet again, it's put on display, and it's a good thing the stewards, as incompetent as they are, finally got something right when it comes to punishing that piece of shit who didn't let his teammate by.
Wow. Here's my thing regarding that Perez thing. Now, how is Perez going to look at Max after this? Because, Perez will do things to help Max in a championship fight. And Perez wants to finish P2 in the championship, and you have the opportunity. You've won everything. The team's won everything. You have an opportunity to help your teammate, and you pretty much told the team and your teammate to fuck off. I'm not helping you. You as Perez, how would you feel in a situation like that? And going forward, how would you can't trust Max as a teammate going forward.
The point is that Max wasn't even fighting for a win. He wasn't giving up a win. He wasn't giving up a podium. He was giving P6 or P7. How the fuck
with everything?
How the fuck are you so ridiculous? Just give up your P6, dude. It's not gonna matter.
He's already won the championship. He's not fighting for anything. So you can't.
Dude,
you mean to tell me in a
so
situation like
pathetic.
that you can't help your teammate?
Fucking pathetic.
I thought it was a team sport, but again,
This is exactly the reason why Red Bull has never had a 1-2 in the drivers' championship, because they're that fucking pathetic.
Yeah,
wow. So Perez really said that?
Yeah, Perez said it. But Perez will say all this bullshit, and then he said, wait, I've got his quote. He said, "I don't understand why Max didn't give me the position after all I've done for him. If he has 2 championships, it's because of me."
Where is that? Where did he say that? Oh shit!
He's gonna say that, but he's gonna lie down and take it next season. So there's no point. It's all talk.
He's gonna get down on all 4 and get lubed up and say, "Go on, Matt. Go on."
No, but the point is, the point is that these events being a matter of public, they being a very public disagreement between them, and then Max clearly saying, "I've already told you, don't ever ask me again." Like, what the fuck if any other driver on the grid, if any other driver on the grid talks to their team like this, they will write 15 fucking paragraphs about him that how they are an entitled asshole. But they'll never do it about Max. Because what Max did today was fucking stupid.
Max is a prick, dude. Anyway.
Dude, he's such an asshole. For what? And he spoke to his team, don't ever ask me ever again about it.
Like I keep telling you, I don't care what nobody says. Max is a prick and he's also a racist cunt. And nobody can convince me otherwise. Sorry, I don't care. Who is it?
Wait, can I just check? Is there anyone who's on speakers who's finished speaking? Because I got a lot of people who want to speak.
Yeah, I've got a lot of people. We've got 3 people waiting.
Yeah.
Who can we drop out? I'm gonna drop Frederick out because Frederick ain't really saying nothing. So I'm gonna drop Frederick out. I'm gonna drop you out, Ernest, because you got your time. So I'm gonna remove Ernest.
Go ahead, Dr. Bean.
Thanos, take me out, mate.
Take me out as well, please, because I can't find it. And me too, please.
Yeah.
I'll take you.
I just wanted to say all the messages.
Oh.
It's Dr. Bean speaking.
Sorry, repeat. Who's speaking?
Dr. Bean.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Okay, go on, Dr. Bean. Yeah, we can hear you.
I just wanted to say we are back in action. This 2 years, this year was the learning curve for us. Next year, I'm telling you, that 8th world title is coming back home. The British said it's coming back home. Next year, we are fucking dominant. We are back. They thought we were dead, but we still rise, motherfuckers.
Okay, cool. All right, then, cool. Thanks, Dr. Bean. We've got new people who
I wanted to say something.
Go on.
Because a lot of you are coming to my DMs saying I'm bitter and I'm a hater. I do not like George. I have never liked George, and I'm very honest about that. My George agenda is alive and well. He did okay. He did all right. He won a race, but he did beach the car, so he didn't have a perfect weekend. And I will not praise George in any forum whatsoever. I will only ever discuss Lewis.
Oh my God, you're gonna. Oh God, Ruby, can you just for once just play along, please?
No, and I am replying every single
I don't think
DM.
Ruby's gonna agree. Like, you just have to give it up. Like, no, she's not gonna. No.
Ruby's strong in her way, so
That's fair enough.
I respect her game. She's not gonna back down. So she might be small, but she packs a heavy punch. So I won't back.
I just came across a tweet, by the way. Do you remember Anik tweeting at you that where's the Mercedes win for like the whole year?
Oh yeah! Oh no, man! I'm just gonna sort it in. I'll come to Anik soon, man. I'm gonna come to Anik really soon. Don't worry, man. I'm saving up for him, man.
No, I think.
All right, hold on, Vern. All right, this cat rocks. What's up?
I think that today has been really good for Mercedes. Much as I would have preferred Lewis to have the win, I think that this year Lewis has kind of written it off, and I kind of felt that once he saw that George was going to win, he kind of backed off a little bit, because I don't feel like he was pushing as hard as he could have. He's made all these sacrifices this year. This is just another sacrifice, and I think that it's really good.
So. I think he was.
That's what it felt like to me. I don't feel like he was pushing, because there was a point that he went down to 1.1, and then he just kept dropping back.
Yeah, because he was losing most of his time in the middle sector. That's where he couldn't.
And George was gaining his time in the middle sector.
Yeah, and that's where he was losing most of his time, because if he could have gotten close in the middle sector, he had the straight line speed coming out of turn 12 up to turn 1.
And you do realize George and Lewis went for different spec of rear wings, right? Like George had extra downforce.
George had more downforce. Okay. So he was naturally quicker in sector 2. And
he picked more downforce. Lewis picked more top speed on the back speed.
Also, I
George,
think that
he wasn't going to take that win from George. Anyway, sorry for letting me interrupt.
Yeah, I think that he just decided.
I agree with you. I don't know what these two are talking about.
Yeah, but in any case, I also think that when you look at the Mercedes Academy, this is actually really good PR for them, because this is somebody that came through the academy all through the lower ranks to the top ranks to win a GP. And Mercedes is one, to me, of the only teams on the grid that actually works as a proper team, drivers all the way down, and have respect for each other and look out for each other. I mean, George not so much, but Lewis definitely does.
What's going to happen now is a lot of people are going to send in PowerPoint presentation to Toto's office. That's what's going to happen. His inbox is going to be filled with PowerPoint attachments. So
but I mean, at the end of the day, as much as he's had one win could never compare to 103. So they can say what they want. I'm not even interested in whatever they send.
Put it this way: there's nothing Lewis does that won't get doesn't do that won't get criticized by people who don't like him.
Exactly, and I know that the British media tomorrow is just going to be going on like they've got a whole new hero. He's going to get an OBE and Sportsman of the Year. Watch and see with his one little win. Watch and see.
But I mean, again, I don't have no agenda against George or anything like that. He did what he needed to do. He won the race. Shit happens. It's just unfortunate. My biggest grievance today of anything.
Yeah, but there was a point in time that he was asking for team orders, like George was.
Yeah, because
Sir, we've sacrificed enough for you all season. What do you mean team orders? Just raise and shut your mouth. That pissed me off.
Yeah, that part I didn't like that. I didn't like
that.
What
message. Do you think you're in a Red Bull car?
Yeah, I didn't like that.
You're lucky. The car only got to this point because your teammate sacrificed his whole season. Okay? So have some respect. Thank you.
Yes, Queen, yes.
All right then, cool.
Right.
Cat. All right. Anthony, I'll come back to you soon, man. You're always talking. Will.
Yeah, hi guys. First of all,
congrats to George. I mean, it was heartbreaking back in 2020. You know, the near miss. Was it Sakir? I'm not wrong. I'm not so sure. Yeah, with the tire mix-up. So congrats to him. He deserved it. He drove like he meant it today, and he deserved it. Second of all, okay, this ain't new. It ain't news, but I don't know what's wrong with Max.
What do you mean? No, there's nothing wrong with Max.
Nah, like at this point, I'm pretty sure even if he goes to a psychiatrist, the psychiatrist himself will don't know what.
There's nothing wrong with Max. Max is who he is.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with him. What we're seeing is who he is. So I don't think we should be saying I don't know what's wrong with Max. Max is exactly the person who he is.
And actually, I'm looking at people saying that Lewis was the one at fault, and I'm like, okay.
Man, they blame Lewis for curing cancer. So I don't really pay any attention to them. Good.
And also, what was okay? I know probably we've talked about it, but what was that with Checo? Like, I don't know. Like, instead of helping his teammates, he decides to, like, I'll be the selfish prick.
That was Max basically telling Checo, look, you're my bitch. Don't ever ask me to let you pass again. Don't stay in your lane.
And this is why I wonder why. And that's why I wonder why people love him. It doesn't make sense.
But
that guy, he's as vile can be. If that guy was, if Adam didn't name the snake a snake, I'm pretty sure it would have been called Max Verstappen.
Ouch. Okay.
Simple as.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool. We can live.
But anyway, congrats Mercedes. At least we got the win. Finally. I don't know about Abu Dhabi.
It's not the winner that we wanted, but it's
the winner. But okay, we'll take it. You have to take what's on the table, so we'll take it. I mean, 2020 without a win, that would have been looked bad. So, congrats to the team. I don't know about Abu Dhabi. We don't know. Hopefully, we can get a Lewis win there. At least some retribution, even if it will be a small amount. But anyway, congrats to the team.
All right, then, cool. Thanks, Will.
Thanos, did you forget me?
You didn't. Yeah, I didn't see you put your hand up. So unless you have your hand up, I'm not gonna.
But Thanos, I did. I had my hand up, and then
it's gone down. So I figured you didn't want to speak anymore. So
how can you take your hand down?
Well, it's not showing.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, cool. But once you get it up, I'll give you a go. Anthony, you can still. Anthony, all right, go on, Charlie.
I know I'm a pain in the ass, right? But anyway, all I wanted to say is obviously congratulations to Mercedes. I've been optimistic all year, as you probably know, Thanos, and I've said that this car would come good, and it has. Yeah, I didn't think they would actually win a race. I think they'd get a couple of podiums, but I saw pace in that car, especially while Lewis was driving it. Could he have won today? Well, ifs and ands or pots and pans. I think he probably, as they said on Sky, there was a bit of damage on the underside of his car. So chances are he was losing, a bit of downforce. Next week, I think we might see Lewis come out and actually win. As for Max, well, I think everybody said everything about Max that needs to be said. And you're right. Perez is just a bum and he is his bitch. And there is nothing Red Bull will do about it. The only thing Perez can potentially do is leave, and find somebody else to drive for. And to be honest, that's all. I'm happy because my optimism has been realised, and I do believe that W13 concept. Not talking about the front or the sides of the car. I believe the whole concept now has proven to be a winner. So they'll probably will go forward with it next year and probably beyond. So let's see what happens.
So the side pod actually does seem like it was the right avenue to go down.
Well, it was, and everybody, no disrespect, Thanos, but everybody was criticizing it when we were nowhere. Yeah, Mercedes obviously kept faith with it because they knew that potentially it was a game changer, and now it is a game changer. Yeah, once they start to really get the development going engine-wise, so they've got a little bit more power.
No, you can't develop the power units anymore. They're frozen.
Well, I know they're frozen, but what I'm saying in terms of horsepower and all those things, they can work within the confines of what they've got. Yeah, just like what Red Bull have done with the Honda engine. Yeah, so once they get parity with that, I fervently believe that it will be a winner again next season. Ferrari, well, we all know what happens with Ferrari. They start off with
I'm only hearing Thanos' background. I'm not hearing anybody else.
Sorry?
Who said that?
That was Lyndon. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, Lyndon, if you go out and come back in again.
Okay, I'll try that.
What I would also say regarding George, and I know somebody brought this up, asking him if they were going to just have team orders. You also have to remember George knows just how good Lewis is. Yeah. So to get team orders so that they stay in position would suit him down to the ground. So being no doubt, yeah, George knows how quick Lewis is, and maybe next week, I'll go and put money on it that next week at Abu Dhabi we will see Lewis's revenge. Yeah, they've changed the circuit in certain places, and it's actually going to make it faster. I know there's some of you thinking, "Oh my God, Red Bull are going to walk away with it." I don't think so. So let's wait and see. But congratulations to Mercedes today. It's great for us as fans to actually see them come with a storm in 1-2. Yeah. And hopefully things will move on from there. Thank you very much. I'll come off of this side.
All right, then. Cool. Thanks, Charlie. Okay. Who are we going with, Ruby? Sean or Rajas?
Sean, then Rajas.
All right, go on, Sean.
Oh, hi there. Hi, Thanos. Hi, everyone. You okay?
Hi. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, good race. Congrats to the team. Obviously, we got a 1-2. I know most of you are not happy that George won, but you know what? He's done all right. He deserved it. You know, he's not really messed up anyone's race today, thankfully. He dropped superb. He had safety cars to deal with, VSCs, whatnot. He handled it well. That was like a championship drive from him. That was really good to see. Second of all, Thanos, just touching on what you said regarding Red Bull. I think Red Bull as a team are really going sideways, because they're putting Max in a position of too much authority and power, like they did with the press, the boycott and all that.
But what choice they have? Is either they do that or just turns up at Christian's house with a
No,
I mean,
not really. I mean, whoever told them that boycotting Sky is a good idea? I mean, good. Thankfully, I was so happy we didn't have Christian Horner there every time on the pit or whenever they were racing. Didn't have to put up with that. So thank God for that. Okay. But I don't know. It's just they're giving him too much power. If you look at the Red Bull fans, what they say, Checo is a legend. What they call him? Ministry of Defense?
Ministry of Defense.
Something like that. But what has Max actually done for Checo?
Nothing. Max is not going to do anything. Come on, everybody knows Max is not going to do anything that benefits Checo. And Checo should have known that from Spain. Because if you go back to Spain, remember what happened in Spain when Max couldn't pass George because his DRS didn't work. Go. And Perez pulled up to the back of them and said, "Look, can I pass? Do you a favor. Can I pass?" And they literally told Perez, "No, you can't pass." So exactly. a car that had a mechanical issue and a car that was 100% fine wasn't allowed to pass a car that had an issue. So Perez should have known from then that, you know what, this is not the place, and his idea talking about, he can win a championship of Red Bull.
Yeah, someone needs to dig that out.
Someone should slap him.
He's not going to win nothing.
If his wife didn't slap him for cheating on her, she should slap him for thinking this.
At this point, you can't even be sure that it wasn't Max that released what Checo did from that party. I'm pretty sure it was Max who did that.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy, because Red Bull sister teams when they sign this contract, it's pretty much in the rule book that they have to let Max through. When he's coming through. The way Tsunoda, even fucking Tsunoda, the way he races Lewis in Turkey last year, if you remember. Was holding him up. But when it comes to Max paying them back, he's not going to do anything. This is what they don't understand, and it's a shame.
Well, Checo when he was beating Max early, right?
Dean, you jump in the queue. Dean. We're going back to Hans. I'll let you finish. Go on.
I'm just saying, look at Jost went and complained to Helmut, and that was it. That was Checo.
Yeah, that was it, and it was done. Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, thanks, Thanos.
All right,
Good
cool.
day,
No
man.
problem.
Good day.
No problem. All right, who was it? Rajas, and then the Rainmaker.
Yeah, hi. So I'll be quick. So first of all, huge congratulations to University. 1-2 was the best result we could have gotten after that little stunt from Max.
Your
And
connection isn't that
secondly,
great. Hold on, your connection is not that great. I can't hear you properly. Go on.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, go on.
So yeah, so firstly, big congratulations to the team. Best result we could have gotten after that little stunt from Max at the safety car restart. And secondly, so going a little bit off topic, did any one of you notice we had a Abu Dhabi situation regarding the safety car release? Only 2 cars were released. Tsunoda was left behind on the grid.
Okay, I'm not sure I get what's going on, Rogers. Your connection is not that bad. I'm gonna mute you. Rainmaker, go on.
No, I mean, good win. Congratulations, to Mert for the win. I think we saw the first inkling of improvements in Zandvoort, and then I think in Austin they were about 8/10 off.
I think it was in Spain we saw some form of a glimmer of improvement.
Probably, but I think I saw Zandvoort when I thought they'd turned the corner. But yeah, you could see them coming all the time. Mexico, I think when Verstappen passed Hamilton, he couldn't get out of the DRS zone, and that was also another sign that they were really on the move at that point in time. So I don't know how shocking this is, but it's good to see. Good to see. And then just the subtlety. At the start of the race, Hamilton actually covered off the Red Bull so that Russell could get away, because if he was going to attack him, he would have stayed on the inside line and forced him wide. But he actually helped him and covered off those Red Bulls. So it's good to see. I think that Lewis will be there and is still the top dog in the sport. But a good win all around, and it's good to see George get his first win. You could see the emotion, after all the hard work, but it's really good to see Merck get a win this year, and obviously Red Bull, has come back to the pack a little bit, and hopefully we'll see some exciting stuff going forward.
So I remember were you one of the people who were critical of the no side pod design? What's your opinion now? Because I'm sure you were very critical of it at the beginning.
Yes, I initially free testing. I thought that it was just an abominable car, and even mid-season I thought they should light the thing on fire. And my main argument at the time was that we needed a car that could run, could be competitive everywhere. It was track specific, and I think Spain, Zandvoort, Austin, you saw, those things start to change. And they told us, but they told us way early in the season that their model said there was a second and a half in the thing. Don't know if there's a second and a half in there, but at least over a second, and they've clawed that back. But yes, I thought they should light the thing on fire if it couldn't run everywhere and be competitive on all tracks.
Okay. I'm sorry, just a diver. I just saw Max's interview, and he talked about they asked him about not letting Checo pass, and he's saying basically, he told them that they talked about it, and he told them whatever. And I'm thinking, so who runs the team?
It's Max.
Who runs the team? Because
no, man, it's so
no, but it's a serious question. It's a serious question because remember Malaysia 2011 multi-21 said what
2013 you're talking about, right?
2013, yes, sorry, 2013. What we've come to see now is that Red Bull has no overriding control.
No, yeah, they don't.
Whatever per se the lead driver per se.
Max has the entire team by the balls, dude.
Because it's the same thing. Because remember when Seb did it, they were talking about taking actions, and Seb's lawyer literally sent a letter to the team, basically telling, pretty much said, try that shit and you see what happens.
No, he said he didn't send a letter. He actually sent them a legal document, actually accusing them of breaking that Seb's contract. That's what he sent them.
Yeah. So basically, they're saying,
and this
try
is
that shit and you see what
this
happens.
is something that Horner then showed to Weber the next day, because it is documented in Weber's book that Horner showed to Weber that when we did that, this is what we got from Seb's lawyer. That a team order that asks him to move aside is against his contract.
This again makes Horner looks like a right muppet, that he has no control over his drivers.
People talk about all that team principal shit. Horner is a shitty ass team principal, because I don't think if you allow your driver's father to make decisions for the entire team's public relations, because he was the one who advised Max to boycott, and then the entire team boycotted, and all of them did that PR drama. And if you let that kind of thing happen to your team, that you're not in charge of your team, you're just a pathetic bitch.
And that's why what I find it annoys me when I hear people talk about Toto should be like Horner, and I'm like, you don't like the guy. He's an absolute arsehole. Why would you want
fair,
Toto to be like him?
Toto is the only team principal who's won a race in every hybrid season.
Oh, true. That's true. All right, cool.
Also, we started winning races when Toto was not around. I'm just saying, we don't need Toto in the circuit.
Yeah, I thought somebody was going to pick that up, because Toto is in the factory this time around.
He needs to stay there.
Yeah, somebody lock him inside the factory. Like that. That's it. Yeah. Toto, you're not coming out.
All right, then cool. Let's keep him there. Lyndon.
Yeah, I don't think Max really runs the team. I just think he's the one that they're allowing to push the limits while they cover everything at the back end. It was rather disingenuous of him, with all the rumors that Checo is the guinea pig for everything for him to advance, and then turn around and tell Checo to do better, and then if you do better than me, then you'll get ahead. That's crap. As Checo eventually broke their protocol to say he's the one enabling it. That's a slippery slope they're going to go down and try to shut him up, because he's going to be pissed. I mean, look at the philosophy with Mercedes. Lewis, being the senior, did the testing so George could get his teething done and get into position. Even today, with the narrative that I'm guessing Sky's going to run with, Lewis had a lot to make up for and use up all his tires. That's why at the end, Lewis was like, all right, in position 1, 2. Best to just make George when they don't overdo it. Because, I mean, we'll win anyway. Other than that, if you look at how Lewis was celebrating, he knew he could have won it. But he had to settle, but it's still best for the team. I mean, and lastly, the side pod design thing. I think in some interview they were talking about the issues with suspension. So, for example, the Red Bull stalls, comes down, it stalls, and it stays in position. So it's more or less the side pod adds like a wing. So the car would have some sort of flight. There were a lot of protests at the beginning of the season with, for example, where the mirrors were supposed to be on the Merc, because that was supposed to handle channeling the air down to the floor, and they had to reduce a lot of that. So a lot of the teams did attack them with that philosophy. Just at the end of the year now, they're dealing with the oscillation, because I believe there was a flight dynamics or wing specialist who was explaining that that's what happens with airplanes. So it starts to wobble, and they knocked out all of that. Next year they should be a beast with all this understanding and experience that they've had when not to go, because they spend a whole season testing.
Yeah, I mean they've said they've traced the issue, what the issue back to a decision they made last October, and it's something they can only engineer out during the winter break. So, given where they've gotten to now, given where they are now, and if they can actually resolve that issue, I think next year bodes well for them, because they're going to go into the season with momentum, and that's a good thing for them. They're not going to go into the season still wondering, shit, we don't know what's wrong with the car. We still can't figure it out. I think they've now got a general understanding of what's wrong with it and how to fix it. and they're just optimizing what they have now. So I expect, and there was an interview with Ant and Crofty in Quarter, and Ant asking, Crofty asked Ant, like, do you think Mercedes will be title contenders in 2023? And he flat out said yes. And Crofty was like, are you that confident? And he's like, absolutely. So I think next year it's going to be a much more interesting season because, Mercedes has the better driver lineup on the grid. And Max won't have it. You're going to see, fingers crossed, if it materializes how we're hoping it will, we're going to see a lot more collisions from Max.
Oh yeah,
because I think once he gets you can tell if you put him under pressure, he's going to crack. We saw that last year, multiple times last year, and he becomes extremely desperate.
I think it's more than pressure, When you're seeking acknowledgement and you're not getting it, you always go after the people that you're seeking it from. So there's a reason Horner keeps constantly saying Lewis hasn't acknowledged Max. So that's the head game.
Because if Lewis acknowledges Max, that's the verification that he needs. That's the final stamp, seal of approval that he needs. But
exactly.
Lewis is not going to give him that. Lewis will come in and say, yeah, he had the car and he did a good job this year. That's it. Cool. End of story. We're done. Move on. But you're
that's
not
what they did to Lewis.
Yeah,
they did that to Lewis right through last year.
Yeah, you're not going to
accuse him of drugs and all kind of thing. So I mean, all of a sudden this year they're crying. Like, that's gaslighting and narcissism to T.
Oh, that's cool. Ugly fucker. Anyway, thanks.
All right,
Tri-State Photos. What's up?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. I just wanted to go back to like the Max crashing, or the, what is it? So when Max said he didn't want to let Checo pass, apparently I'm looking at a tweet right now. Fastest pit stop.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, when Perez crashed in qualifying in Monaco, it was on purpose, and he told Marco and Horner, and that's what Max was talking about as to why he didn't let him pass again.
But why would Perez crash on purpose in Monaco?
Because he was on pole, no? And
no,
then he
but
crashed in the barrier.
It wasn't Perez
Thanos,
on pole
you
in
read
Monaco.
the sources for that. Those are the two Dutch, those two Dutch presenters who actually speak a lot of positive about Max. Those are the actual Dutch sources that are really close to the Max's family. So take it with a grain of salt, those rumors, and they are actually saving now for, saying it to save Max's face that he did something wrong and he was actually vindicating himself in terms of something wrong that happened in the past. If Perez actually did that, then he probably cheated in Monaco more ways than one. Because
but here's the question, Varun. Charles was on pole, Sainz was on second, Perez third, Max fourth. How did that? Why would Perez crash on purpose?
I think he crashed on purpose. That was the best he could get, and he wanted to be ahead in terms of. I don't know why, but I'm saying their story actually breaks up when they talk about it.
It seems rather nonsensical to assume that Perez is going to crash just to start P3.
Yeah, when he's not on pole. But exactly. That's what I said. Those are the Dutch sources which are really shady in terms of when they speak about Max, they're really pro Max, and they do not let anything else get by. So just be careful what you believe in terms of Eric, that Dutch presenter.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, because if you're P3, why am I going to crash and I'm starting P3? How does that really benefit me in the race? Granted, Perez went on to win the race, but that just doesn't make any sense. What they're trying to do is they're trying to paper over the cracks and trying to make it look like Max's reasons for what he did. He has valid reasons. That's not a valid reason. And if Perez had basically done that on purpose, I'm sure them fuckers would have let it be known when Perez won the race, right? Why would they keep that? Why is it now? Are they coming out and actually making that statement? Wouldn't it have made sense to actually kind of like drop feed that information after Monaco when it happened? Nah, no, I don't buy that bullshit. I don't buy them. They can piss off the liars. All right, Tri-State, you finished?
Yeah, that was it.
All right, cool, no problem. Thanks, man. HGIC, what's up?
Hey, Thanos. I don't know. I just came in. I don't know if you lot saw it, but Max just got interviewed, and they asked him about the clash with Lewis, and then he said, "Oh well, Lewis didn't give me any room, and I went." He said, "I went straight went flat forward, and it cost him the race win." So basically.
Dude, what's happening? Your thing's gone. Why is he? Why? Oh,
he's gone on
mute. Can you hear me?
No, he has a. He got.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, yeah, sorry. So they asked Max that why he what did he think with that racing incident, and he said, "Oh well, there was a gap there, and what's it called? Lewis didn't give me enough room, and I wasn't going to back out, so I just went flat forward. It cost him a race win, and all I got was 5 seconds penalty. Like to admit that brazenly.
It cost who a race?
He said Max said it cost Lewis a race win. So he knows what he's doing. Like this is why I can't stand him. Like there's lots of drivers that I dislike, but seriously, Max Verstappen, he does not know how to drive. He's an idiot. And this is to all those people that were saying, "Oh, he's matured. Oh, he's learned how to drive better." Like he didn't have any competition. The minute that the Mercs were able to get their act together, you've seen what he does. He does not know how to race wheel to wheel. He's an awful person. Like today, he was in 7th place. They asked him. They said they thought that he could have attacked Alonso. They said, "Oh, Checo, move aside, let Max go, and when it comes back to it, he'll swap with you." What did he do when the time came? He just sped ahead. He doesn't care. Like there's level of selfishness and narcissism that is required in that individual. Just is beyond belief. Like I despise him. With today,
look, Max is already.
Oh, we know that already. Thanos already. Like from time you have to get the Mongolian government bringing out a statement about these statements. We know that already. But
look, Max, I'm 100% convinced that when Max sits around the table with the PKs and his fathers and whatnot,
you know the N-word is frying.
Nigga comes out like
exactly,
like water out of a tap when you turn.
But look, listen, that's a given. The point I'm just talking more so is about the fact that like idiots like Brundle talking about it's Lewis's fault, and like you can see the biased nature of these individuals when during the race. Like they had 20 laps ahead, and they were talking about should we institute team orders? Like they really have an agenda against Lewis. It drives me nuts, man. I can't stand it. But with what I was wanting to ask like the people in the group today was, what do you think about the Merck's decision to bring in Lewis early to cover Checo, especially given the fact that Checo was going to be on the medium tyres and he got passed up by everybody? If Lewis had actually carried on, do you think that he would have been able to take advantage of the VSC and then would have been in a better position for the race win?
No, he wouldn't have, because he was 9 seconds behind George.
So, I think in hindsight, you have to think about what he could have done. But I think the medium tires in colder weather showed no the soft tires on the Mercedes they ran for endless laps and they showed no degradation. The pace was good. Even in the last few laps, George and Lewis were doing exactly same times and they were actually pushing. So the tires didn't fall off the cliff. There was a safety car window that helped George protect his tires. So given all of that happened, in hindsight, you can of course say go long and take advantage of the safety car and win back your 10 seconds. But then you never know what happens next. At that time, staying ahead of Perez seemed like the obvious thing because you were going to actually not one stop. You had to take another tire. Then why? And the soft was good enough to go to the end of the race. At that point, it could do 20 laps. So why would you risk anything?
I don't think they made a wrong decision because he was gonna.
That's what I'm saying. Like they didn't have anything to go against them. Like he was going to lose the
position to Sainz. He was going to lose 2 positions to Sainz and Perez, and then he's going to have to then repass them again. and basically be even further behind
Yeah,
George.
and there was no point. Even though he had superior pace and he could have passed him, there was just no point having them battle and actually risk his car, which was already damaged in fact. And then there was no point at that point. Like you just had to safeguard yourself and just attack that. Your tires would give you some hope.
But did you see that tweet, Varun? We tagged in like, why did they pit Lewis? Why did they let Lewis go longer? Like, oh, for fuck's sake! It's like
you have to think about what at that point of time he was losing time to the new the tires, the people on the new tires. The undercut works here. We've seen it for other drivers. It does work for a lot of drivers.
But even if they had brought Lewis in earlier, he still would have come out a distance behind George.
Yeah.
So I don't. So that tweet that we got tagged in saying, why did they let him go longer on his first stint? Well, by letting him go longer on his first stint, it created a tire offset to Perez and Sainz.
This is what the strategy looked like. Like, I think George went for the first pit on lap 24. Lewis did it on lap 29. Then I think Lewis was actually safeguarding from Perez, who pitted on lap 47. So he pitted on lap 48. And George came on lap 49.
No, I think the tweet was referring to the first stint.
Yeah, I think for the first stint, Lewis went so long, he went to lap 29, and that was the limit of the tires. I think, given that you were on the softs, and yesterday the softs were, and most of the teams did 20 laps and their softs cried. I think Sainz's tires were done after 20 laps. Mercedes made it yesterday, the whole sprint race with 24 laps, and that's about it for the tire life. For the initial 5 safety car laps, they did exactly 24 laps.
So, just a quick question. When Leclerc hit the wall, did he mash up his front wing?
Yeah.
No,
I don't think so.
No, he didn't, because he didn't change the front wing.
Oh, so you got life then?
What do you mean?
I thought he crashed out.
No, he didn't. I thought he crashed out as well.
I thought he crashed out. I was thinking, but hold on. But he went into the barrier though.
No, he didn't hit the barrier.
I swear he did.
No, he did hit the barrier, but he was able to drive out of it.
Yeah,
I thought he missed it.
He
hit the barrier.
Yeah, he was spun all around and into the barrier.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, right, Leclerc. I thought Leclerc was out, and then I see Leclerc. I was like, but hold on, my man hit the barrier, so he got life. Like, seriously. I thought, yeah, boy, that's one car that we don't need to worry about.
No, but to be honest, like Anthony, like I think the Ferraris is given this year that they are no real competition. It's the reason why Max was out here chatting shit about there's a respect between us, and because they knew that there was no competition for the Ferraris. They've been abysmal all year. Like
they've been abysmal since 2000.
Yeah, exactly. Since Schumacher. So to be honest, like the fact that Merc have been able to come back from where they were and to actually, in my opinion, surpass the Ferraris now with their car, like it just shows you that they're not good enough, man. The only thing is,
Mercedes has outscored Ferraris from the summer break.
Yeah.
Mercedes are barely like 18 or 19 points behind them now.
And
but the annoying thing is that like all the sacrificing that Lewis did over the first half of the season, trying all of these stupid specs in order to try and salvage the team. Yes, it's great in terms of like being a team leader and everything, but you can see the agendas that are being woven by Sky already.
But I mean, dude, are we? I look, in truth,
can't hear you, Thanos.
Thanos, you're breaking up, my brother.
He's probably telling us how great Mercedes is.
No, but I mean, in truth, I can't remember what I was going to say. I was switching out my headphones because one of the batteries were dying. Sorry, I don't know.
I was saying that it's annoying that
Oh, the agenda. Yeah, you're talking about the agenda. Look, there's always be agendas in the media when it comes to Lewis Hamilton. So at some point we know what the game is. We know how the game is. So we just have to just like ignore it because we know it's to create a narrative and to create talking points and to generate clicks and traffic on websites and so on, so on, so on. So don't even feed into that nonsense because we know that was going to happen once George came into the team. So I don't really care because they're going to say whatever they want, but they're not going to actually tell you the truth that, you know, like you said, Mercedes are where they are now because of the early season things that Lewis did. And if Lewis had, if they had given George the responsibilities to do all of those things, they wouldn't have progressed the way they progressed.
At all. Like, yeah, the car would have been finished. Like, that's a given. But to be on, like, last point, I want to reiterate how much I despise Verstappen, and that the fact that he did this today, for me, this is nothing other than his vindictive nature. The racism is flowing through his blood because he doesn't know how to compose himself. He's driving flat out, trying to take out Lewis. And then the fact that he took glee in the fact that he said, well, it cost him a race win. That for me is just like an indictment.
But I mean, we know Max does not like Lewis Hamilton. It's not.
Yeah, he fears him. That's the wicked
even
thing.
if he doesn't like him. It's indicative. It's not a secret. He doesn't like him because if you watch his onboard, right? If you watch his onboard, he literally went into that corner at least 10 kph quicker than he would.
To the Dutch broadcaster Thanos, Viva Play, I think he said, I saw Lewis was not giving me space, then I think we both go off. It doesn't really matter to me. He's a fucking asshole.
So he did it deliberately. He knew what he was doing.
That's what I was saying.
He knew what he was doing.
That's what I was saying. He done it deliberately. Because and he said it on Sky as well. Like he don't care. And then even the fact that he said, "Oh, it was only a 5-second penalty," I bet he assumed that Derek racist Warwick was probably going to save him. But like, it's nonsense.
Because
but 5 seconds, nothing. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he knew exactly that the Mercedes had the pace today, and it's just like he can't accept that. Anytime Lewis is next to him,
no, not next to him. If he sees Lewis in front of him, it's a problem.
Next to him or in front of him, it's like, he has to take him out. Listen, if I was Perez, I'll think about my life choices next season. I'll think about my
Anthony.
If that was me,
Perez is just gonna front to the media today, and tomorrow he's gonna turn up at Max's door with flowers and chocolate and say, "I'm sorry, Max, I didn't mean to say that about you."
You see, if that was me, if I was his teammate, blouse and skirts. You see how Michael Schumacher took off his helmet and went for Coulthard? I'll be doing the same thing to him. I'll be like, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. If I was Perez, that's how I would react, because I'll be like, mate, like.
But Anthony, to be honest, if you was Perez, you wouldn't be in that situation, because everybody knows what going for that Red Bull team. That team is there for one racer and one racer only.
And this is what I said to you yesterday, Thanos, in regards to Red Bull. In regards to with Daniel Ricciardo, you can see now that it's the golden child. He had to leave, because if he would have stayed, he would have come into shit like this with Verstappen.
Oh, listen, you know that already.
He would have come into shit like this with Verstappen. So you can now understand what I said to you. He had to leave because it's the golden child that they favour. They favour the golden child. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Anthony, I actually think
it's terrible, man.
One of the reasons why the Porsche deal never even worked was because of the dysfunctional nature that they've got on that Red Bull team. Like, if you cannot have a situation where you've got your own drivers who are not being able to progress because there is literally an agenda that says Max is the only one that can benefit from the team. That's ridiculous.
Exactly. Look at the other two drivers that they had, Kvyat, Albon, Gasly, and they've all been demoted or left the team. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a one-man team. It's all about Max Verstappen. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I said to you yesterday, Thanos. Ricciardo had to leave for his own sanity. He had to leave for his own sanity. Everyone can see that it's Max is the golden child. They will protect Max at all costs. They don't give two shits about Chico.
It's not for his sanity. He's going back as a reserve driver.
Yeah, I know. Who's going back as a reserve driver?
There's rumors that he's going back. But I mean,
when I saw that, I was bending up. I was like,
do you know what Verstappen needs Ocon as a race team partner, because I know Ocon would go into him.
Did you hear him today on the radio? His team
with
like,
Alonso.
Man was
he
like,
don't care.
Mate.
He don't care. And do you remember in Brazil when he was in the Force India and he like, what's it called, tried to unlap himself? Like, that's why I like him already. He don't care.
Ocon was like, mate, I'm racing. Like,
you know,
don't tell me what to do.
You know what pissed me off? You know, it just dawned on me. Perez helmet is an homage to Black Panther. And then he rode over like a bitch.
He was the only one that was there, bro. And I saw Black Panther today.
My man has done a Black Panther helmet and rolled over like a bitch.
I think, he was the only one that was at the premiere.
I'm not talking about no premiere. Man, disrespect the man.
No, he was at the premiere. He was at the premiere with a helmet, bro.
I'm saying he disrespected Black Panther because he's there, roll over like a bitch. I know T'Challa wouldn't have done that.
Well, he still spoke up though.
Yeah, but
he will go over tomorrow. But he spoke up today.
The thing is that.
But Ruby, he didn't really speak up. He wasn't, because the question they asked him was, he tried to be like diplomatic, and then when one of the Sky presenters said to him, "Well, Max was told to stop," and he said, "No, I have my reasons." And so he was acting on impulse there. Like, he's not. Even before that, he was trying to be like, "Oh."
But he didn't know about the second time. He thought Max was asked the first time, so he only knew about the first time. He didn't know about the second time when Max said, "We've already discussed it." So he was answering the question as best as he knew.
No, I'm talking about when they in the first interview, they asked him about what happened with you and Max, and he said, "Oh, well, they asked me to swap over, but I don't know what happened before that." And then after that's when one of the Sky presenters informed him that Max was informed to do that, and he said, "Don't no," and then drove ahead and then said, "Don't." So that's when he made his statement about, "Oh, I'm disappointed because after all the things that I've done." He was literally acting on impulse. But even as soon as that finished, he came back into his like meek behavior and started talking about the team and all this rubbish. So like
But I mean, like I said, it's all a front. He's gonna talk shit and then he's gonna go back and apologize and say, he's gonna come out and say, "Yeah, I was a bit emotional and I didn't mean to say it. I shouldn't have said it," and all of that nonsense.
If you listen to what Horner said, it's like, "Oh yeah, that they've talked about it, etc., etc." It's like, well, you could see that Max's manager was there with Christian Horner and someone else having a debrief in it, and the look on Max's face is just like,
Christian doesn't have a control of that team, of Max in that team. Max is free to do whatever he wants. He has no control.
Exactly.
Christian will run.
Too big for his boots.
Christian is like Olivia Pope. He's the Olivia Pope for Max.
And to be honest, that's one of the reasons why Max would never actually. But that's one of the reasons why Max would never ever survive in any other team, because in reality, the way he's given carte blanche at Red Bull, if he was under Toto, that would never run. He would be gone.
Toto would have set the record straight and like, yo, at the end of the day, you drive for Mercedes. You don't drive for. It doesn't say Max Verstappen on the garage door. It says Mercedes. Don't fuck about.
Exactly.
Look. See, my man licked him. Oh, he was lucky, boy. Just saw that crash again.
Get your shit together.
My man.
All right, cool.
He was lucky.
Cool. Mo, what's up? Mo, me period. Mo, what's happening? Mo,
I can't see
him. Chief beside Tilak. Nick the brother. I don't know. Anyway, all right then. She doesn't want to talk. Who else wants to come? Who else? Okay, oh God, Charlie. I know you had to come in. Charlie.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong one. I didn't mean
Charlie, the mic is yours.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Charlie.
Hi, Charlie.
I hope you're all well. I've been out of the loop for a bit, but anyhow, I think today's race was okay. I'm happy that Mercedes have actually won a race, because obviously it has been like from day one in terms of the beginning of the season, we were like, what the hell? There was enough Debbie Downers up in this room. We were like, but here we are today. We've actually won something. Where I ain't naming no names in it. Debbie Downers know who they're at, yeah.
Kingsley.
So that's that. but I'm happy that we've got here. Two, I do think okay, cool. Happy for George, but I wanted Lewis to win. Hands down. I think it was it Ruby? I was like, yeah, I'm here for Lewis. That's it. And what I don't like, as we already know, that the narrative will be like, oh, you know, George this, da 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 da, and already they're calling him King George. It's like, move, man. It's long. That's that. If Lewis can come back and demolish them in Abu Dhabi, then great. If not, it is what it is. I'm happy for the next season and see how we get along, because obviously the car is now in a performance state, and obviously from where it was and to where it is today, it would be good to see how we get on for the next season. As for Verstappen, I'm not sure why people are surprised. This guy is vile from day one when it comes to team playing antics. Like like they say there's no I in team. In his head, he is the team, hence why he can say what he wants to say. Do you understand? So I'm not sure why people are expecting him to be like this. I mean, I felt like from the day he dropped the car on Lewis's head and said, well, you know, that's what happens when you don't move out of the way. That was attempted murder, yeah? And that's what you said. So if this guy can go around saying that, and then today he's just like, well, you know, I don't care. He can move on. Well, don't worry about it. We'll get the points next race. It's always been for him. And as I was watching, I think who was it? HGIC. Yeah, I agree with what he's saying. Like in terms of at the first interview, you know, Max was giving it yeah because you're not polished, and then in the second interview, he was like, oh yes, well, you know, team, you know, we've already had the conversation. You know, he's had that media polish quick, like, you know, Corner was like, shut your mouth, innit? Stop talking. Say we got to say this and not say that. But I just think it's horrible. I hope, you know, I really hope Checo digs deep into his ancestral bodies, speak to his ancestors, whatever kind of Mexicans going on down there, and needs to bring it out in the next race, because now he's publicly shown you're a dickhead. We know you're a dickhead. We know you're player number 2. You've always been the bridesmaid. You've never been the bride. We know that. But now he's publicly said to you, you're a dickhead, and no, I ain't gonna move in it. So I hope he takes that energy and puts it back in his chest, because clearly Max had this energy from Monaco. Because what happened. He thinks it was all a setup, but he held that in his chest. Man is allegedly a champion for this year, and still you couldn't let the man get extra points. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, I finished speaking for today.
All right, cool. Thanks, Charlie. Thanks. Okay, who else we have coming in, Ruby? Because if
I'm gonna say
you have me.
What's up, Mo?
I'm gonna say,
hello, Thanos. Hi, guys. How are we feeling today?
Okay.
Happy. Netflix doesn't need to write a series, clearly. I mean, at this rate, I think Red Bull is going to say they're going to bust the NDA and say Mercy cheated for us, because I like this fire. They're really just going to collapse from today. I mean, because what are they going to do? Checo is signed to what year? 2025?
No. What did he get? A 2-year contract extension, or was it a 1 year?
I think it's to 2024. So you have next year and the other year.
Yeah, so
unless they boot him now. Yeah, he has a 1 year extension. I mean, this is absolutely crazy. I mean, how does somebody come out and say that you cheated in Monaco? He clearly forgot that in Zandvoort, once he set his lap, Perez had a crash. So we actually thought he's stopping Lewis and George. This is absolute drama. I'm here for it. I hope they begin to collapse. I mean, Max Verstappen is absolutely vile. I don't know what people need to see. Any maybe now they'll actually pull up Ricardo to driver number 2, because how dare he? I mean, this man is absolutely vile. You've won the championship. You're leading in every way possible. Anyway, I can't wait for their collapse. I really hope they begin to this pressure is going to just crack at some point. For Mercedes, I don't know. It's been a good day. That's it.
Mm-hmm. So you have no criticism of Mercedes? What's going on? Are you okay? Have you been kidnapped?
Am I okay today?
Have you been kidnapped?
Oh, well.
Have you been kidnapped?
No, today I don't have criticism. No, today I don't have criticism.
That's shocking, dude. Like,
That's
we've not heard.
It's shocking, huh?
Because
yeah,
honestly, Thanos, that's
somehow James showed up
Thanos,
today.
that shows a lot of us as well.
Yes, no. I've been very critical of them because I thought they.
Yeah.
What did she say?
I'm saying, did he tag me and Varun saying Mercedes basically screwed up Lewis' strategy by keeping him out too long on the first stint?
On the first stint? No, they would have kept him out long on the first stint. And if he stayed on the mediums like he wanted to, he would have lost like Perez. So today I thought was a very good call from Jay. He brought all his knots. No, but Thanos, if they don't do well, we'll criticize them. They should have both days. They should have a good day, and they have done poorly before, and we will criticize them for when they have a poor day.
Mo, please don't give me a heart attack, please. Don't give me a heart attack. Don't give me a heart attack, please.
I'll do my best.
All right.
Hey man, after all the day, like I should be happy that Mercedes won, but it's just so.
I'm not.
It's just so sickening that Lewis.
It's a sad happy for me because I'm happy they won, but I'm sad because Lewis didn't win, and I'm pissed because that punk bitch basically destroyed Lewis's race.
And that's what he was out to do today, because he knew that their car was on the back foot today. I think that's what he was out to do today. And as soon as he got the opportunity, he did exactly that.
I think it was too much for his ego to fairly lose it.
Yes.
He deliberately caused that collision. He deliberately ran into the
yes.
It was too much for his ego. It was too much for his ego to fairly lose a race, that he had to be all the terrorist in him that
he
came out immediately.
He told himself, if it's either I get past or none of us finishes the race. He has nothing to lose by not finishing the race. He already won the championship.
Yeah, I shared a tweet and he said that he doesn't care because it costed Lewis a win and he only got a 5-second penalty.
Would there possibly be a bunch of penalty points applied?
What?
Could there be chances of penalty
Max
points?
is somewhere around 5 or something.
Yeah, he has about 5.
No, he's not that close.
Anyway, guys, I've been on here since what incident did it happen on? I can't remember. I've been on here for
7.
So I've been here.
First half.
Yes, I've been on here for nearly 4 hours. I need to get off. I'm hungry. Anyway, it was nice chatting to you. We'll probably do a midweek catch up. Wait, which day, Varun? Give me a date.
Yeah, we'll do it Wednesday. I think Wednesday or Thursday.
All right, then cool.
I think probably after the pressers, because I think the press one Abu Dhabi would be mostly about what happened this week. So let's see what we have.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right then. So
I had
who's that?
Yeah, it's Tilak. I had an interesting conspiracy theory, but I'll probably keep it for Wednesday.
Go on. I'll let you go on.
No, nothing. It was about is this possibly a way to push Perez out of the team?
But to replace him with who?
Possibly Lando Norris.
Lando Norris is signed up to 2025 with McLaren.
Okay. It was interesting that there were pictures of Karen Horner.
I think if Perez speaks against him again, he'll be kicked out immediately.
No, man, they're just gonna. Yos is gonna visit Perez, man.
Dude, somebody's kicking Perez out for what he said today.
Yos is gonna visit Perez and let him know, dude, don't ever talk shit about my son.
Because Perez questioned his championships, right? Like he said he has those championships because I was there, and like there's another claim to his championship. I think Verstappen would be really angry about. Their championship is already on like shady ground.
So are they gonna boycott Perez now?
Oh man, I think so. Like I don't think he'll be allowed in the debriefs anymore.
Yeah, well, Well, Yoss is going to visit him and let him know, don't talk shit about my son. I've got a hammer at home. Beat your ass with it. Mind your words. Anyway, I'm going to go now, guys. It was nice chatting to you. It was an entertaining afternoon. It's bittersweet, but we keep moving. We're plowing on, same.
Yeah, it is what it is.
All right, take it easy, everyone. Bye.